Number 27, a senior, 5'8", 165-pound wide receiver, Travis Bagby. Number 50.
All right, welcome to the broadcast here on Panther Live as we're going through our starting lineups right now. Thanks for tuning in. We are live at Laurel High School. This is Nate Parsegian. Joining me on the broadcast is Andy Demjanovic.
Number 61, a junior, 5'8", 230-pound.
And he's just getting the starters lined up here. Andy, here, let me bring you on. You ready to go on this broadcast or so? What's going on, man?
Offensive lineman George.
You ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready to roll. I was waiting for you to push my button.
There we go.
You know, past couple weeks you really wanted to mute me.
Yeah.
But I was just waiting for the go.
Hey, we're on the Ty Elliott State Farm Insurance pregame show. While we're going through the starting lineups here, Coach Demjanovic met up with head coach Eric Kinnaman. And did you get with the opposing head coach as well?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I'll go and let you. I'll kick this over to you for the Ty Elliott State Farm Insurance pregame show.
Yeah, we talked to both coaches. We'll see what Coach Kinnaman has to say for pregame tonight.
And Dean Jacobson.
With head coach Eric Kinnaman. Coach Kinnaman, you come into tonight's game ranked 3rd in Class A under Billings Central and Hamilton. You come in 4-0. Looks like you guys got a good thing going here. It looks like in each game, both sides of the ball step up at some point and manage to get you continual wins. What do you got on your mind tonight against Laurel?
You know, first off, 3rd in the state, huh? You know, I try to stay away from that social media stuff. You got to go week by week, game by game, and you know we look at it. And I know you've coached under me, but this is week 5, game 5, and we just end up having to play with Laurel. So you know we're not looking ahead, we're not looking behind, but you know you're right. Our offense has stepped up at times. Our defense has stepped up at times, big time last week. So you know we just got to continually improve each and every single week. Our defense now, we got a 3 front and we got a 4 front, and we're able to run those very effectively. And then offensively, we put in a couple new packages, and you know we're looking to get in playmakers the ball and whatnot. So we just got to progressively get better through each and every single week.
Like you said, each week you're 4-0, Laurel's 4-1. You got Billings Central next week. So with a win tonight, it puts you pretty much in the driver's seat to hit Billings Central with basically a conference title matchup. So what is the kids' mindset coming in tonight too? How are they feeling tonight?
You know, again, you try not to look ahead, but you know, like you said, we're 4-0. Billings Central's 4-0. You know, there's been talk this year already between the coaching staff. We got to look at Billings Central. They're going to be the team to beat, and they are, rightfully so. You know, they've proven that year in and year out. So we just got to stay solid with what we do, and just stay within ourselves.
I know you've had some injuries and you've lost a couple guys, and it seems like the last couple weeks kids have stepped up. How's that going for you? Are those kids who have stepped in under the number ones who've been down, have they stepped into their roles quite nicely? Are you happy with where they are?
I am. You know, you looked last week, we had Alex Casas playing for us, and he had a huge game. I think he had 12 tackles. He's just a sophomore, so he stepped into a big role. We had Tyler Gordon. He stepped into a big role. He had a good game. He had a fumble recovery and a couple other good plays. So some of these kids stepping in. We had Gabe Lynn step in. He's a senior, but he stepped in last week as our free safety with Tommy Whipple hurt. So we do have Tommy Whipple, but he's kind of a game time decision whether we want to play him or not, coming back from the stitches that he had with his knee and whatnot. So the guys have been stepping in, stepping up, and that's what we got to have.
All right, good luck. Thanks, Coach. Thanks.
All right, so that was Belgrade head coach Eric Kinnaman on the Ty Elliott State Farm Insurance pregame show. As you see, both teams are now sending their captains to midfield for the coin flip. And as you hear there, Coach Demjanovic also met up with the head coach from Laurel. Let's go ahead and see what he had to say as we watch the coin toss here.
I'm here on the Ty Elliott State Farm pregame show with head coach for Laurel, Mike Lugwood. Coach, coming in tonight, you're 3-1, Belgrade's 4-0. It's Eastern matchup tonight to get you next best position in the Eastern Conference. What's your mindset going into tonight's game?
Well, this is a big game, you know, for both teams because, you know, it is a seeding process here. You know, whoever ends up winning this game is putting themselves in a pretty good position, you know, towards the end of the season as far as playoffs and seeding and stuff like that. You know, number 1, number 2 get that bye. So, you know, there's still a lot of season left, but this is a mid-season crucial football game for both teams. Yeah. So, you know, our mindset going in is, you know, it's not a must-win, you know, but it's pretty darn close, I think. Yeah.
It looks like Class A is pretty evenly matched, and it seems like everybody's kind of cannibalizing each other a little bit throughout the last weeks. And see who beats who, and do you pay much attention to that, or what's your kids' mindset each game?
Well, I try not to, but you kind of get fallen into that trap a little bit. I try to tell our kids not to fall into that, not to fall in that losers math, you know, and stuff like that, because it's easy to do. You know, we beat them by that much, and they only beat them by that much, and you kind of get that mentality. And I think you come into games sometimes, and you're not mentally kind of ready to go. So I've talked to the kids about that, not just about this game, but all the games. You know, we just don't want to play that losers math, you know, with the games and the scores and stuff like that. We got to come out with the intensity level, no matter who we play, every single game at a high level.
You guys have always been a tough team, and how has the change been coming into a 10-team conference where every game is a conference game now? How's that been for you?
You know, it's different. You know, it used to be, you know, you always had like 3 non-conference games where you could kind of get a look at kids and figure things out, and now it's right away. You got to go. You know, we've always played a pretty tough schedule. We've always played a 9-game schedule for the most part. We always used to open up with Cody, Wyoming was a tough game for us. So as far as the length of the season, we're okay with that, but it's just every game is important now. So you've got to come prepared, and you got to be ready to go. You got to get a fast start because it is different, and you're trying to make the playoffs, and every game does count.
And coming into football, you know. Okay.
All right, we're going to go ahead now and just cut that interview short as we are ready to kick this one off. And it looks like the Panthers will receive this opening kickoff. Beautiful night here in Laurel, Montana. The sun just setting to our right side. And here's the kickoff. It's a squib kick. It's going to be fielded at the 15 as Page loses the handle on it. Now, Page deep here looking to make a move. Makes a couple miss. And, wow, gets across the 25. Wow, made something out of nothing there.
Yeah, just like you said, Nate, he gets something out of nothing. And when you bobble that kick, it gives the kick coverage some time, and it kind of screws up the blockers. But Easton made some nice moves to get that cut back and get almost up to the 30-yard line to give Belgrade fairly good field position.
So Panthers will start out there 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line.
And I think you can see probably squib kicks all night long to make sure that that type of stuff happens with Easton Page back there.
Snap here to Cheney, gives up the middle to Major. I believe he's going to be taken down after a short gain.
Looks like there's going to be gain of 1 of the play.
You probably hear that we are pretty close to the PA announcer here at the stadium, so hopefully you guys can hear us through that.
There's the PA and the band.
Yeah, we got the PA and the band here.
I tried to get on the opposite, and that didn't.
No, that didn't go well.
Well, we'll just keep it at that.
Yeah. 2nd down here. Cheney's going to throw. He's got Berman. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Belgrade continues to use Ethan Major in the backfield, and I think Belgrade also has a nice receiving core. They use Easton Page, Riley Berman. You know, they got Gabe Lynn. They got also the soft Tate Bowler, who had a nice game against Miles City.
He had a touchdown.
Yeah, he had a nice touchdown. So they got a good receiving core to try to get, again, balance of the offense, trying to get ball into their playmakers' hands and trying to even that out, because when you try to isolate, we know that Easton's probably going to get a little tougher to get Easton the ball because teams are going to be aware of him in the slot, and we'll see if Laurel double covers him. Here he's pretty much open, so...
3rd down here. Cheney will roll to his left, looking to throw. He's pressured in the backfield. He's sacked. Oh, he fumbles. Ball's on the ground, and we're not sure who has it
Looks
yet.
Like Belgrade has the ball here on the recovery.
This is going to be a crucial call.
Looks like Belgrade has the ball.
Oh, and they're giving it to Laurel. So right away, a turnover.
He hands the ball
drive.
Yep, and he's got it. And so
sorry,
Belgrade,
who handed it to the ref?
The Laurel kid.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
It looked like Belgrade had it initially, but the Laurel kid handed the ball off to the ref, and that's an easy call there. And Belgrade tried to roll out, get him outside the pocket, and I think Laurel's adjusted to that, Belgrade, and they brought backside pressure there, and they were able to get there. That's a tough thing to do, is to bring that backside pressure off of a rollout. But Laurel gets there because they had good coverage to the rollout side into the boundary there, and Dyson could not see the blind side, so he fumbles that.
So Gage Hull at quarterback. Give around the end here, looking for room on the left sideline and going out of bounds right about the 20-yard line or so. Pickup of a couple, but Locomotives here, first offensive drive, going to start deep in Belgrade territory in the taco time red zone.
That's right. We are now in, Laurel has now entered the BHS taco time red zone, and Riley Berman had a chance at about a 4 or 5 yard loss there, but just can't quite come up with the tackle. And Laurel makes something like a 6 yard loss into about a 2 yard gain here. So we'll see if Laurel can score here in the red zone.
All right, so Hull here in shotgun, one receiver or one back to his right. Sends a man in motion, looks to throw. He's got a man there on the Belgrade sideline. He's going to get inside the 10-yard line. It will be first and goal for the Locomotives.
On the far side. Ball's going to be spotted. Looks like it's going to be spotted.
Again, we don't have a replay tonight, as if you enjoyed our broadcast last Friday, or I should say it was that 2 weeks ago, with our replay system. But on the road, we're kind of in our mobile setup here. We're going off of Verizon cellular data. We can't offer you replays today. But
Laurel comes back there with that quick screen, kind of what Belgrade's been doing to get Easton Page and some of their receivers the ball. Here, inside zone up the middle.
And that's going to be a touchdown for the Locomotives. So right away, Laurel gets on top here.
And that's what happens, Nate, when you have you put your defense in transition defense. Laurel gets the momentum off the turnover. It puts Belgrade on their heels defensively. Once that happens, I talked about transition defense a lot this year. You're backed up. When your guys can come on the field and maybe get a stop or just a field goal out of that, but Belgrade can't. They have too much momentum, and that's what Coach Ludwig wanted from his guys tonight, is to start out crisp and firm and not worry about all the hoopla, the stand-ins and all that. We got to get a win tonight against Belgrade at home, and they come in and they secure that first touchdown.
The extra point is up and good. I believe it was Cameron Younger on the touchdown run from about 8 yards out on first and goal. So just 2 minutes into this game, and the Panthers right away trail it 7-0. Let's go ahead and mention some of our sponsors that make this broadcast possible. We got a couple new ones tonight, and also we can show you some standings across the Eastern A. But this first one, Big Sky Bravery. We'll get more into some of the great things that they offer in the Gallatin Valley. Once we get to halftime, Andy Demjanovic will introduce us more to Big Sky Bravery. And then here's the Eastern A standings. Coach D, you got 10 seconds. Break down this.
Yeah, here we go. Belgrade and Billings Central tied at 4-0, and tonight Laurel is 3-1, and they want a piece of that second place opportunity with the conference title, and they come out and try to get a 7-point lead. So this is a big game for Belgrade going into next week's game against Billings Central for seeding and for conference title purposes.
So Belgrade will get their second crack here at offense. First one didn't go well on the turnover that led to the Locomotives touchdown. Now, once again, squib kick short. This time, Page able to field it cleanly. Up across the 30, makes a cut, and is brought down around the 34-yard line, so better field position for the Panthers this time.
Yeah, that time, Easton Page, using his baseball skills, great baseball player, gets down, kind of like fielding a ground ball there off the squib kick. He handles it cleanly that time, is able to get more yards than where they started. So we'll see if Belgrade can't capitalize now. Obviously, we didn't know what Belgrade maybe could do against Laurel's defense. Laurel's defense has been fairly stingy. They've had a couple games where they've gotten scored upon, but we'll see what the turnaround is here.
Give up the middle to Major. Not much room. He's going to be dropped for a loss of 1 or 2, depending on the spot.
Major with the carry.
Yeah, so just that inside zone, inside quick dive play, quick hitter.
At the line of scrimmage brings up 2nd and 10.
And they're going to continue to go to that play, see if they can build off that, see what Laurel's defense is playing behind that. Laurel's still in their always in usually generally an odd front with a 33 stack here, and sometimes it can be a 35 depending on what coverage, but they're too high, so it's 33 stack.
Here's option right, pitch to Major, tackled in the backfield for a big loss. It's going to be 3rd and long.
So Belgrade decides to get Ethan Major out to the edge there to try to create sprint and running space, but you got to hand it. Laurel's guys played that alley well. Didn't get great blocking on the outside by the Belgrade receivers, and their run fits from their speed guys, from their safeties, their outside linebackers. They really filled their alleys hard there and got the edge quick on Belgrade to make those tackles.
We'll call it 3rd and 15. Ball spot at the 30-yard line. Cheney in a pistol. Takes the snap. He's got 3 receivers to his left. He'll throw across the middle. Page was there, but it was tipped by the defender, incomplete.
Campbell gets a finger on the ball.
Yeah, so they continue to stay in that 6-man box with a 33 stack, which is a good defense, if you can gain downs when you get defensive blitz pressure, that can help out. And then they played that too high for the pass protection. So Laurel is able to play good defense because they're able to stay with 6 men in the box and still play it too high for pass purposes and run the alleys defensive purposes. And
boy, Panthers struggle with the punt snap, but Bagby able to get it off, and luckily it crosses the midfield 50-yard line there. Boy, danger.
Yeah, and Laurel just played basically cover 4 quarters there and was able to defend that pass. And Belgrade snap wasn't real great on the punt there, but Bagby miraculously got it off there. So they do get it across midfield, but Laurel had a quick score, so we'll see what Belgrade's defense can do against Laurel's offense here. It's tough in transition defense, a little difference now because we punted. Belgrade now knows, gotten a little bit, I think, of understand what speed and what Laurel's going to do formationally and offensively. So we'll see if Belgrade can get them a 3 and out here.
Here, Hull under center gives up the middle across midfield, shaking tacklers, and now with first down and more, and breaking it down the left sideline, finally brought down all the way down to the Panther 20-yard line was number 22, Cameron Younger.
Wow, just a nice little outside kick / outside trap play there. Had a nice power game, down pull, and kick on the outside, and he was able to get up in there, and then he was also able to make a nice cutback on the second level once he got to the linebackers, and they missed a few tackles, so he was able to get extra yardage. And anytime you can get extra yardage, after contact, that's huge for an offense.
So 1st and 10 now, and it looks like
false start.
Yeah, there's a false start.
Should be there on the right tackle for Laurel. Should send him back 5 yards, so it should be a 1st and 15 there, Nate.
Hey, you notice that flag there on our screen? I'll mention that our scoreboard operator tonight is Zane Height, helping us out for the first time on Panther Live. So we got a couple students here in the broadcast tonight. Dusty Maddox, who you'll hear from as we go later into this broadcast, but also Zane Height is on the scoreboard, and also was a part of the Belgrade victory earlier in the game. We had a Froshmore victory, is that right? Yes, we did a 6-0 victory for the Froshmore team earlier on.
11:30, a Chinook helicopter coming from Fort Harrison is going to land. Going to be here for a photo shoot.
And we're doing
serving free pizza.
Was that during the game? Did you guys hear that announcement? Is there a Chinook helicopter headed this way? It's 1st and 15.
I give up the middle to Younger. There's a helicopter coming in.
You heard pizza. I heard helicopter, but I think there's some military appreciation, recognition going on tonight. That's why we want to mention more about our Big Sky Bravery sponsorship that we'll get into at halftime. But if there's a Chinook helicopter coming, we'll make sure that Dusty gets the camera on it. So we'll keep our eye open for that one. It's going to be 2nd down and about 13 now. Locomotives here with a fast start and knocking on the door again.
Yeah, and Belgrade's got him in a 2nd long. Belgrade's got to capitalize here. They're showing blitz, too high safety. Not in man because they bump over, roll out by Laurel there.
Yeah, pass is complete. Up across the 20-yard line, cuts back inside and is wrestled down. That was complete to number 5.
Close to a first down there, Nate. As you can see on that rollout, nice read by Riley Berman, but he kind of sat on his heels there. Once he knows that's going there, he's got to run up, break down, and make that tackle a little sooner. He kind of waited for him to catch, and then it was one-on-one in space, and that's a lot tougher than attacking a man before he kind of catches it, and it's a timing thing to get there before pass interference, but he's got to probably come downhill and attack that a little bit harder.
So 3rd and short. Hull takes the snap, give up the middle. He's going to be held up and then brought down just inside the 10. That's going to be good for 1st down for the Locomotives. 1st and goal.
Piggybacks for 3 Panthers. He tackled at the 10-yard line. From there it'll be 1st and goal. Locomotives.
And boy, you hear the PA announcer. And if you're looking,
I don't know if we need to announce there, eh?
Some of the roster here, coach, is on the back side if you're looking for that.
Yeah, so it really shows you right now. Laurel got off to a good start with that fumble, and now they're coming downhill. They're playing very physical, and they're playing with a lot of momentum and confidence right now.
1st and goal. Hull takes the snap, looks to throw in the backfield. It's a lateral. Now looking for room on the perimeter, cutting inside the 5-yard line before he's brought down there.
Yeah, Belgrade a little slow on the peel player there. So when the running back comes out of that, one of your linebackers has to peel to it, or your safety. And when you're lagging, the swing pass to the running back off the peel player, it's very tough to catch up. And I know Briley Cage, he was just a step slow there, and that running back caught it on the sprint, and it's tough to catch up. He did make the tackle, but a little bit further downfield, so it puts them in 2nd and goal here on the 4-yard line.
Hull sends a man in motion, takes the snap, give is up the middle to Younger, and this time Younger is going to be corralled right about there. It's going to be no gain on the play.
Yeah, so get that
going to be tackled at the 3rd
get that jet sweep speed motion coming across, fake that. So you got 2 options there, right? You can fake it and hand it off on the inside zone, which they did. You can give it, or you can fake it and then do what Miles City did a couple weeks ago and lead with your running back and let quarterback run. So there's a few things, or you can play action out of it. So it's tough to defend. You got to be disciplined out of that set, and Belgrade was there to put them in 3rd and goal.
Yeah, 3rd and goal. Big play here for the Belgrade defense as they're on their heels early. Hull fakes the pitch, looks to throw. He's pressured in the backfield. Now scrambling to his right, looking. He's going to keep it himself. Goes for the pylon, and it's a touchdown.
Yeah, we saw there on the replay, he got outside the pocket there. He got outside the pocket there and was able to break the pocket and run in for the touchdown. The thing is that the big thing is about contain there. So Belgrade's got to figure out, Nate, when the quarterback does get outside the pocket, who has contained, because if he gets out on a straight drop back pass, it puts your defense in a bad position. And we did not have contained there. And good coverage behind it, but what happens is he was able to run to the end zone, and he was able to get there before the DB's linebacker could break their coverage to stop his running ability, and he jumps into the end zone for another touchdown. So very tough deficit now here for Belgrade, down 14-0 here in the first quarter. Belgrade really hasn't been in this position very often this year, so we'll see how they respond.
Let's go ahead and recognize some of our sponsors while we wait for this kickoff. So, yeah, Zane, if you could go ahead and just scroll through the first couple here that we mentioned. You can hit next again one more time. We'll mention Harrington Pepsi. Got to thank those folks. First class there, Brian Cade over at Harrington Pepsi has been great to us. He's been great with our school and has made a bunch of donations. Thanks so much. Also, Reach Higher Montana. If you're looking for ways to pay for college, come down to the counseling office and find out how you can pay for college. We'll go ahead and end it there. We'll get our State Farm read after at our next time out, and hopefully it's after a Belgrade score, because trailing 14-0 early, coming out on their heels tonight are the Panthers on the road. Second road trip in the last 2 weeks, as this kick is underway, and it's going to be a short kick fielded now just at about the 38-yard line. So Panthers will have once again good field position, but they got to do something.
Geez, we also have to give a shout out. We even have viewers in an airplane right now, listening on the airplane. You can
wait. They're in the air, or are they sit on the tarmac?
No, you're in air, because now on flights they have opportunities. You now have in-flight home services. So we got Panther fans in air right now, coming back to Bozeman, listening to our game as Easton Page catches the ball. Nice job getting him the ball. It looks like Ford Progress gets him a first down there.
Hey, there's the first positive play for the Panthers we can mention so far tonight as they cross midfield, and it comes, of course, from Easton Page.
10 Belgrade.
First down and 10. Got about 4:30 to go here, first quarter. Panthers trailing early. It was a turnover on the first possession that set up the Locomotives for their first touchdown, and then Gage Hull finding the end zone for the second one is now Major has no room, and he's tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
Major carries the ball for the Panthers.
And we'll see how Belgrade's front handles is able to match up here with Laurel's front. So far on between the tackle runs, Belgrade's front has struggled a little bit, and Ethan hasn't quite been able to get to that second level there to make to get him in some open space. So Laurel's done a good job of corralling Ethan Major behind the line of scrimmage.
So second down here, Cheney looks to throw. He's going deep, seam route. He's got Berman in his hands, but he just loses the handle of it. Would have been a huge gain for the Panthers, but results incomplete, so it'll be third down.
3rd and 10 for Belgrade.
And trying to follow some of our stream here. Looks like we have 66 viewers right now watching.
Yeah,
it's coming through pretty good.
That was almost huge. Good timing by the Laurel defender there. He showed up right at the right time to knock that ball loose. Riley had his hands on it, but couldn't quite make that play. Yeah, we got some great viewers. Like I said, we even have people on airplanes right now viewing as they're flying. So we appreciate all of our viewers.
Cheney's going to be sacked on 3rd down, so got to imagine Coach Kinnaman's going to elect to punt this one away and hopefully for the first time put the Locomotives back on their own end of the field here, as they've had great field position all night. Travis Bagby has been a fantastic pooch punter all season. This ball spotted right near midfield.
And he's close to about a 40-yard average there, so with his average, he probably can get full strength on this and get this down to the 10 or inside the 10 without worries.
You know, on this field turf, you're looking for a bounce. Good snap this time. Bagby gets the punt off. He will get a bounce. It's a good Belgrade roll as it goes inside the 15, and it will be down at about the 13-yard line as Gabe Lynn makes sure that Locomotive player doesn't try to sneak in there and grab it. We saw that trickeration, fake fair catch play from Arkansas, North Texas last week, and now I think every coach is going in film and saying, hey, look out for the fair catch, look out for the downed punt here, as that was a play that if you haven't seen that one yet, check that one on the internet.
Yeah, you can't always assume.
Nope.
You know, as our friend Bob Menery, he never assumed.
Never assume it, nope.
So, and we'll see if Belgrade can't get a stop here. Now they have switched field position, so this might help their defense get a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confidence here.
Here's the pitch to Younger. He's tripped up in the backfield. It's going to be dropped for a loss of a couple on the play.
So quick pitch there by Laurel. Belgrade had much better contain, much better gaps there, much better flow, and they push him behind the line of scrimmage for a 2nd and long. So that's a much better read and much better finish by the defense there.
2nd down and 12. Locomotives backed up on their own 11-yard line here, leading 14-0 in this first quarter.
So Belgrade in their kind of a 43-44 look with the too high. Cuts back Berman. Nice read by Berman to come back inside off the formation with the motion. Pulls him back into the box. Nice read up in that hole. Goes low and chops him for minimal gain. So much better here by the Belgrade defense. So we'll see if they can finish this to get a 3-and-out here on this down.
Yeah, 3rd down and 8. As the Locomotives break the huddle. Hull will have 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's under center with Younger in the backfield. He's going to throw a quick pass. It's a double pass, and wide open on the Belgrade sideline is a Locomotive player, and he's off to the races. Cuts back inside and is finally going to be pushed out of bounds, but it's all the way to the Belgrade 35-yard line. A trick play on 3rd down from their own 15.
Yeah, when you come out like that with a double pass, it puts your defense in a bad spot because you got to come up on your fits, but you also can't come up before he's past the line of scrimmage, right? And it's, you see that motion, that trick play, you see that motion, you want to come up, and all of a sudden that guy slips behind you off 2 steps, and then you get that there. So it's tough, and in those positions where you're deep in your own territory, you got to have in your mind nothing deeper than me, and Laurel gets one on Belgrade there.
So here's a give up the middle. Didn't catch a number on that young man, but a host of Panthers brings him down right at the line. One thing you can notice here on the broadcast is Laurel with the dark purple jerseys, and then the black numerals don't contrast as well. So we're going to struggle a little bit with those Laurel numbers, but we'll make sure we get them to you as we can. 2nd down and 9. Hull with the hard count. Looks back to the sidelines if he wants to change this play, as we are now approaching under a minute to go in this first quarter. And I think we're going to have a timeout here taken by Laurel. So on this timeout, let's go ahead and roll through some more of our sponsors. I believe we are at the State Farm ad, so we'll kind of fast forward to that one and remind you that Panther Live is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Give Ty Elliott in Belgrade a call on Monday. Don't just think about retirement, plan for it. Give Ty Elliott a phone call, as well as Town & Country Foods with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley, serving the Belgrade community. As well as
Taco Time. For over 30 years of support in the community and sponsor of our BHS Red Zone, go visit Bill Schmitz and Taco Time. Also, Yellowstone Vacations for snow coach tours and snowmobiles.
So, ladies and
great vacations. Go to YellowstoneVacations.com.
There we go. I like it. You deepen it a little bit, you soften it down, and you deepen it, and you really get those ads going. We struggled with the ads early in the year, but we are now in regular season form.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I struggled seeing the numerals on these guys. I shouldn't have mentioned that over the air.
Well,
second down and long. Blitz from the Panthers, throw to the end zone. Berman's there, and he breaks up the pass. Riley Berman saves a huge
that would
play
have been
there.
A huge dagger. 42 seconds left in the first quarter. That'd have been a huge dagger. But the one thing, he was fortunate there. He did get a hand on the ball. But what you always got to remember is, as you saw, he started to turn before the ball got there, which created more separation with the receiver. You have to make sure that you're always in the receiver's hips, eyes on the receiver, eyes on the receiver. When the receiver goes to make the play, his eyes, his motions will tell you when to turn for best case scenario. But nonetheless, Riley still made a great play by getting his hand on the ball there.
3rd down and 9. A little trick play here. I lost where the ball was, but it was given around the end for a first down.
The left B gap. Ball's going to be spotted at the 19-yard line. It'll be first down.
So that one is now inside the Taco Time red zone, where it will be first down. And once again here on the doorstep, the Locomotives.
We are sorry to our viewers. This announcer is way over the top.
Yeah.
We don't get box space in most of these places, so we are outdoors. So you got to weather the storm with us. So we appreciate all the viewers. You know, that might be a little loud, but here we go. Belgrade lines up in a 1-high 44 set, and they bring the blitz.
Here, give around the left side and shaking tacklers there.
Result of the play will.
Boy, that's a tough runner for the Locomotives. That should have been a loss of a couple. Instead, he gains a few. And that will be the final play of the first quarter.
Yeah, we're sorry. We're going to have to get some.
What do we apologize?
Well, we need
for?
Binoculars because this stadium is big.
Right, we are on top of the grandstands here at Laurel High School, which is maybe the biggest grandstands I've seen in a high school
this
stadium.
Thing is the length of the football field. So that, folks, is about 100-yard grandstand. It's enormous, and we got a nice view, but with our geriatric guys, sometimes we can't see the old Roman numerals here, so maybe we can ask the young kids for some help.
Let's bring our cameraman here, Dusty Maddox, in on this one. Dusty, you've been at every single football game this year filming for the Panthers. What'd you see in the first quarter that you'd like to see us correct going into the second?
You know, it really comes down to just a lot of little things. I know I've directly spoken with Eric Kinnaman, and it really just comes down to the little basic things that every team should really know from day one. And as soon as those little things are fixed, I think that Belgrade can come right back into this game, and they can tie it up with Laurel, if not take over by the end of the second quarter.
Gotcha. So we'll start this quarter here with Laurel with second down here, about 7 to go on the Panther 16-yard line. Now ready to go here.
Belgrade 1 not high now, and they're gonna kind of load the box. Laurel uses some motion to extend that, and he gets out of the pocket again, Nate.
Yeah, and he's going to the sideline, and he'll be run out of bounds there.
Yeah, this time Belgrade does. He was still able to get out of the pocket. Belgrade does a better job of chasing him down, and he gets about to just back to the line of scrimmage. So it should be about third and about 8 or so here for the Laurel Locomotives. But I think Belgrade's got to try to keep that quarterback in the pocket on those dropbacks like that. And he's gotten out of the pocket and has made some plays for him, and he'll continue to do that.
Panthers have struggled on third down. Needing a big stop here is a 21-point hole. Would be a tough one to come back from on the road here in the second quarter. We'll call it 3rd and 6. As Hall takes the snap. It's a draw right up them.
As linebackers or DBs, you got to make sure that running back clears that quarterback for the draw, and they do a nice job of making sure that running back didn't have the ball, and he did have the ball, and they rally to him and put him in 4th and long. And Laurel is going to go for it up here, 14, about 4th and 9, Nate.
Yeah, they elect not to go for the 35-yard field goal, so instead they will go for it on 4th down. Hall takes the snap, looks to throw, he's blitzed, puts it up towards the end zone. He's got a man, but it's just over him, incomplete. So Panthers will take over on downs.
So Belgrade stop. Yeah, Belgrade brings the backside pressure, almost gets to Hall before he's able to release the football. It does get contact on him, and Laurel did have a man coming across the field. The DB was a little bit late, but the ball was overthrown, so Belgrade fortunate there, and they get the ball and the turnover downs. But that's what Belgrade needed right there. They need to get a stop on downs, and they get exactly that. 14-0 here in the early stages of the second quarter. We'll see if Belgrade can't respond here and get something going. And this year, Belgrade has always done a good job of responding to the other team, and so I would expect Belgrade to, like Dusty said, make a comeback here.
Here's Cheney, or no, this is Page at quarterback. It's a keeper all the way as he'll come out of bounds after a pickup of just maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, and that's tough. I mean, Coach Lewis trying to get Easton Page the ball, but teams are going to key on him. You know, they go from receiver to try to extend the field and put him in space and use Ethan Major in the backfield because he's a solid running back, and then you put maybe give opportunities with Easton Page in the backfield. But teams see that, and they're going to make you throw to your other guys with him in the backfield, and they're going to key on him in the backfield no matter what. Even if you have guys on the perimeter like Riley Berman, Gabe Lynn, those type of guys that maybe can stretch the field, we'll see.
Page will stay at quarterback. This time it's a keeper to the left side. Looking for blocks, patiently gets around, picks up a couple of yards, will make it now 3rd and manageable.
Page carries the ball again to the other side.
Yeah, they continue in the Wildcat formation there, put Easton Page back there, and we don't know if he can throw the ball as well from that position. Not a great thrower last year when he played quarterback, but nonetheless, when you run the quarterback, you always get that extra blocker, and you have a little bit of leverage there, and we know what Easton Page can do when he starts handling the football, so he's going to stay at quarterback again here in this 3rd down play.
Yeah, 3rd down, Page takes the snap. We have whistles and flags coming in.
A false start on Belgrade, so we'll see what coaches elect to do here. If he'll remain at quarterback in the 3rd and about 8, or they'll elect to come back with Dyson.
Yeah, that's a tough break there where the Panthers had it at 3rd and 4, and all of a sudden
it looked like a nice running opportunity. It looked like they had the defense. They wanted the defense in the position they were in. It looks like they were going to run some power to the field side here towards us with a puller and give Easton another opportunity. But Belgrade's going to go ahead and take a timeout here to see what they can do to make the adjustment to try to get a 1st down here on 3rd and 8.
Let's go ahead and run through some of our sponsors and also mention some of the Eastern A standings here. I'm going to kick it over to Coach Demjanovic for this commercial break.
We're going to be honoring our
Big Sky Bravery, a wonderful foundation, and we'll come back to that. It's kind of military time here in all levels of high school and college and professional, where they really look toward the military, and we'll talk about that more at halftime. Here, if we can hold this here for real quick, we got the Eastern A standings. We see that Belgrade's top, tied at the top there in the standings there, 4-0 with Billings Central. But Laurel showing here, as Coach Ludwig said before the game, that they're here is focused to get this game. They know it's a big game and moves them up in the standings too for that opportunity for a conference position or at least a 2nd position. And we see that us, Billings Central and Laurel, these are big games for the next couple weeks here.
Yeah, so now we are ready for this 3rd down play, so we'll let you guys see this. And back in at quarterback is Is that Cheney back there? I believe it is.
Yeah,
in an empty set.
Yeah, empty set. Here we go. 3.
Looks to throw across the middle. He's got Page. It's complete. It's going to be a first down, Panthers.
Yeah, and Dyson has done a good job out of that empty set. And teams got to decide. Either you're going to sit back and try to play zone against that, and it's very tough to because it's empty. My preference is to man up and bring 6 guys, because a guy like Easton Page is going to catch the ball probably maybe which he does for a first down, so you might as well bring 6 guys to make the quarterback try to throw quickly, and they come back to the empty set again.
Here Cheney under duress is able to dump this one off to Major, who's going to pick up positive yards. He's going to make it second and short.
So outstanding play there by Dyson Cheney. Saw the pressure, stepped up in the pocket, ducked, eluded the pressure, kept it very calm, and then hits his hitch to the backside there to the boundary to pick up about 8 yards to put him in second and short. So 2 good plays there by Dyson Cheney out of the empty set. One got to Easton Page across the middle for a first down, and now finds Berman there for about 8 yards, I believe.
So second down and short. Cheney takes the snap. Give up the middle is Major. It's going to be near the first down yard to make, and I think he's going to get it there as the whole pile kind of fell forward up to about the Panther 48-yard line.
Yeah, so sometimes you got to flip your philosophy and throw the ball to set up your run a little bit. Teams like Dillon has done that for years. They've always been a good, solid spread team, and they've always thrown the ball to set up their zone play run, not run for zone. And we saw that Ethan has been stuffed quite a bit, but we got some pass plays here which opened him up for a first down there.
Here Bagby's open downfield, but Cheney's going to keep it himself and pick up about a yard or 2.
Out of the pocket.
It looks like his face mask might have been touched there, but no call. The official was too far up the field, but it looked like he kind of got pulled down there.
On the play, brings up
One part by the face mask, but like I was saying, sometimes if you can get some of those passes, it sets up back to your run game again. So you got to still stay balanced, even though you start having success in the passing game, and sometimes it flips that for you.
So second down and 8. Right near midfield. Cheney looks to throw, rolling, pressured. He's going to keep it himself across midfield.
Oh, tackled around the helmet. We'll see if there's a flag.
Boy, no call. He got in a headlock.
Wow.
And is that Coach Kinnaman or Robinson?
Yeah, Coach Kinnaman is, there's the pizza guy. Was that our order here at the broadcast center? No?
He didn't come in on the Chinook, did he?
No, that's
in there.
I guess.
In there. Yeah.
Dang it.
They wouldn't like me very well if I
I know. Well, we would like you. So the pizza guy just passed by. He said no go.
He didn't come in on a Chinook, though.
No, he didn't.
And
we got stuffed there, but looked like Dyson Cheney got tackled around the neck head area. Coach Kinman wondering if that should have been at least a unnecessary roughness. So third down, an empty set, Nate.
Cheney across the middle. It's almost picked off.
Yeah, just needed a little higher. Easton Page, again, on the same route, was wide open. Just needed to get that ball over the linebackers, but he threw a dart at about helmet level. The linebackers were able to reach up, and like you said, that could have been a pick, but if he could have got that a little bit over the top, Easton was wide open again and would have been an easy first down. So
Travis Bagby will step back in punt formation. Deep to return for the Locomotives, as I'm not sure right now. And we have a flag here on the play before we could even get anything going, if this is an illegal formation or too many men on the field.
Well, you can have 12 guys on the field, you just can't break the huddle. And he's calling 12.
Substitution infraction. Result of the play is 5 yards.
I'm not sure about that. Did they break the huddle?
I didn't see anyone come off the field.
Well, it doesn't matter if there's no huddle. You can have 12 guys on the field as long as you don't break the huddle outside the hash marks. So
nice punt by Bagby. Backs up the returner.
Oh, he fumbles!
And he's going to be brought down as he collects it again. But it's inside the 10-yard line. Some of the Laurel fans here wanting a late hit.
Result of the play.
But there is no flag on the play. But Travis Bagby just transformed this second quarter with that. Now, need to get
the 5-yard penalty, the substitution foul didn't hurt him. We talked about he's a great punter, and that's always a good asset. Flipped field position, put offenses in bad positions, and he smokes that punt. And we come down with great coverage and pin Laurel now inside the 10-yard line. So it was a big, I think, possession for Belgrade. Flip field position, get a stop, and see if they can't score at least one before half.
Hull starts under center, give up the middle to Younger. Pushes forward.
Locomotives go power to the left galley.
It's going to be a gain of about 5 or 6 yards.
Tackled at the 15-yard line. Going to be a pickup of 6 on the play.
That's too much to surrender on first down.
Yeah, it's tough defensively. If you're going to play smash mouth football, you got to meet them at the line of scrimmage, plain and simple. And it's when a team has momentum, it's tough, and when they impose their will on you, and the defense has got to do that. And Belgrade had a nice defensive stop last possession. We'll see if they can't do it here.
So now 2nd and 4. Hull again with the long count. Looks to the sideline if they want to change the play or not. And I believe they're going to take a timeout based on what they saw from the Belgrade defense. With 7:12 to go here. I'm going to ask Dusty, our cameraman, to kind of get the view we got here, looking out at the refinery here in Laurel. It's a beautiful, clear night. As you see coming in, we just had the sunset, and there's the kind of recognizable stacks of the refinery you see as you start heading east out of Belgrade on your way to Billings. You end up here in Laurel.
It's not like the Chicago nightline. That's nice too. But Laurel has their own.
They do.
Nightline as well. We got the refinery stacks going there. Those can be.
And check out this.
People might think those are skyscrapers.
And check out this scoreboard here. This is a really nice scoreboard. This is an interesting stadium setup here, where we have a grandstand on one side, and then the other side, just directly across us, is a nice big scoreboard. And we're missing the E on Belgrade.
Where?
You look at, see here?
Oh, Belgrade.
Yeah. It's all right.
At least it's right on the R scoreboard.
Right. We got it right. Zane got it right on our scoreboard, so we'll stick to that one here.
Now Zane's legit.
2nd down. They come out now in shotgun this time as Hull takes the snap. Give is to his running back, who's going to pick up first down yardage before he's finally drugged down. It just seems like before you know it, these Locomotive running backs, by the time they're met by a defender, they're past first down yardage.
Well, they're the timeout. Laurel took the timeout there out of the eye set. They felt Belgrade's box was a little bit out-leveraged them, so they spread in their formation there and get Belgrade to thin the box out a little bit, and they still hand the ball off. And like you said, their running backs have been getting 5-6 yards a pop before met, and that's very difficult to stop if a team starts with that momentum.
Hull will throw. He's got a man. It's complete up across the 30-yard line. Taken down real close to the first down yardage. I think they're going to go ahead and move the sticks. Call it I take that back. We're not sure yet. Referee has not waved them over.
For the Locomotives.
So just short.
Yep.
The top official by the sticks marks them just short. So they're about a yard short.
Opportunity here to open up the playbook on 2nd and less than 1. Hull under center. Gives it to his running back. Couple tacklers there bring him down near the Locomotive 37-yard line.
Left side for the Locomotives.
It'll be first down.
Tackled at the 38-yard line. Result of the play, first down, Locomotives!
And as you hear, it's a first down Locomotives. I think you guys probably heard that.
I think that's pretty plain and clear there by the announcer.
Under 6 to play now in the second quarter. Panthers still trailing 14-0. It was 14-0 just 2 minutes into this game, or a couple minutes into this game. It was 14-0. Yeah, it stood there.
Yeah, we've settled down a little bit. Just haven't been able to take advantages. We've moved the ball a little bit and gotten some defensive stops here in the second quarter. So
on the edge. Locomotives do a good job.
That was Ethan Renner on the carry that picks up 6 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 4 for the Locomotives.
2nd and 4 for Laurel
if you are
from their own 44-yard line.
Or senior golf person, you and your parents should be at the northwest entrance of the track.
Yeah, pretty big crowd here on hand tonight. The Laurel faithful of a lot of people in the stands, and the stands are big here.
Hull sends a man in motion. Gives it up the middle, and running room here again for, I believe, Renner. Or is that Younger this time? Boy, and he sheds tacklers all the way to the Taco Time red zone.
Down the near sideline, Cam Younger.
Younger having a big night.
Yeah, the 190-pound, 5'9" junior, Cam Younger, showed there on misdirection, so they come back with the, again, the jet sweep speed motion from the wide receiver, and then they hand it to the same side of the running back, but he comes cross for the counter and then cuts back again. So Laurel using a little bit misdirection there out of the spread with motion, and the running back set to mix it up a little bit.
Panthers here struggling with a late substitution. No flag on the play as a Panther defender was running off the field. It's a give up the middle for a gain of a couple.
Yeah, so the official just thought there, you know what, he's pretty close to the sideline. It hasn't impeded the play. He's outside. He's outside the numbers far enough for the play. So
I'll be honest. I think what actually happened was I think he was the 11th man and he ran off and put us down at 10 men.
Oh, so he came back on, yeah.
Because he came back on and no one else came off.
Out, so he should have stayed on the field.
Yeah. Second down and 5 inside the 20-yard line. Hull sends a man in motion. Takes the snap, pitches to the right side, cuts inside, and brought down. This time after just a gain of about 2 or 3, it will bring up 3rd and 3. And there's a flag here.
Looks like it's going to be on Laurel.
Boy, and this takes them out of field goal range.
Yeah, so holding there on Laurel. Spot foul, that's at the line of scrimmage. So it's a 10-yarder, but it doesn't hurt them too bad. It could have been further back. But it was a run play, so it was right at the line of scrimmage there. So puts them in about 2nd and 13 here.
Yeah, so instead of 3rd and 3, it will be 2nd and 13. From here, it would be a 43-yard field goal, as Belgrade will elect to take a timeout. And during this timeout, let's go ahead and jump back on some of our sponsors here, as Zane's going to pull these up for us. We got to kind of next through some of these that we just mentioned.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
standings, and we'll get to Harrington Pepsi.
Pizza.
As I mentioned before, the folks at Harrington Pepsi, first class, anytime we need something at the school, they are always willing and helpful for our students and everyone across the Gallatin Valley. If you've got a Pepsi or any Pepsi product that came from Harrington Pepsi, as well as Reach Higher Montana, looking for ways to pay for college, come down to the counseling office and learn about how you can pay for college with Reach Higher Montana, as well as State Farm Insurance. Ty Elliott, State Farm Insurance there, and Town and Country Foods, with multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley serving the Belgrade community. We'll go ahead and cut it there as we are ready now for this 2nd and long play. And Hull will come out in shotgun here.
So Belgrade bails to 2 high safety. Looks like they are going to bring a 6-man pressure, and they do. And almost picked off, and the receiver actually, it's tipped. Berman almost had a pick for a pick 6, and it looks like he caught it there, Nate, off the tip pass.
You know, this is just when the ball hasn't bounced your way in this first half, and it goes from almost a pick 6, and then he catches it. It wasn't really a gain of a yard just or so, but it did end up right in the hands of that Laurel Locomotive player. So now it will be 3rd down and 12. This could be 4-down territory.
Yeah, they didn't kick it last time, so I would imagine they got 2 downs here to get a 1st down, and why not? They got the momentum.
Looking to throw here, Hull with plenty of time. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. A sack for the Panthers.
That's a huge play. We'll see if Hull gets up. He got smoked there. He's hurt a little bit, but his teammates help him off the field, and they're definitely not going to go for it. But Hull right there, number 11, Gage Hull, he took a beating off that backside by Nate Jenkins. Nate Jenkins coming off that backside edge and dumps him with his body weight onto the turf. Great play there by Nate Jenkins, and great play by the Belgrade defense to put them in 4th and long. We'll see if what Laurel decides to do here.
Yeah, Nate Jenkins there sends the Locomotives back. It's going to be 4th and long.
Watch a quick kick here.
Hull takes the snap. It will be a quick kick. No one back for the Panthers, and it's going to roll, and it goes into the end zone.
Yep.
Results of the punt will be a touchdown.
So
that was a good
the tough thing there is you got to honor the formation there in the offensive set, so you got to play normal, and you probably know that the quick kick's probably coming there, and they can't quite come up with it, so Belgrade will get it at the 20-yard line here. Belgrade has 2 timeouts and about 3 minutes to go, and we know that Belgrade's done a good job of in past games. They've done okay going into halftime and scoring. So they're a good enough offense to get in a rhythm here and go down and score this before half. And they need to do that, Nate. So Dyson takes out of the empty set.
Yep, Cheney snaps on the ground, and he's just going to cover it.
And that's not the start you were looking for at all.
I think
now it changes your whole play calling. The clock's winding down. Now you're inside your own 10. And we'll see how aggressive Coach Lewis gets here. But a couple mistakes here by Belgrade that has swung actually momentum for Laurel to get into this 14-0 deficit. And another mistake there of momentum with the botched snap puts Belgrade in second, like 20.
So Cheney gets the snap this time. Give is to Major. Major picks up some positive yards before he's brought down after a gain of 7.
Panthers. Forward progress being
it will be 3rd down and roughly 15 to go.
Yeah, and it's tough in these situations. You're down 14-0, but you can't just try to get it all back in one throw or one play. And so they elect to go to Ethan Major there, which I think is the smart play. And he chews up some yards back up, but it's still about 3rd and 15. And Belgrade elect to keep the clock running. They go back to their empty set.
Again, Cheney, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Takes the snap, immediately rolls to his right, throws. He's got Berman complete. It's not going to be enough for a 1st down, though. But it will keep the clock ticking unless Laurel's going to take a timeout here, which I believe they just did.
Yeah.
So with that timeout, let's go ahead and we'll keep it here with you guys. No need to go to any ads right here. I want to bring back on Dusty Maddox. Dusty, here you go. Grab the microphone. You know, a couple of weeks from now, Panthers will be on the road at Glendive. And, Dusty, you're going to bring us that game. You excited about that one?
I am very excited. It's going to be definitely new for me. Different experience just from away from the camera. But
Are you looking forward to that road trip?
You get out of school.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
All that matters, yeah.
As athletic director Rick Phillips laughs at you.
So, Dusty, this week upcoming is homecoming week. You know, next Friday night we've got Billings Central coming in, but you're a senior this year. Talk about some of the things you're looking forward to with homecoming week coming up.
I think it's really cool how Belgrade likes to go out of its way for each individual day, having something different going on for all of our different students to do throughout the day. Then, of course, like you were saying, the big game as well for the homecoming game against Billings. That's always huge and something to look forward to.
All right, so again, that's next week. We'll look forward to having that game for you guys live as Billings Central comes to town. But here it's 4th down. Panthers have to punt. Bagby with plenty of pressure. He gets this one off, and it's a good one. And it takes a good Panther roll. Fielded at about the 35-yard line, looking to make a man miss. Almost losing the ball.
And Laurel did elect to come after that punt because with 1:26 to go. And again, Travis Bagby does a great job of getting the punt off. He doesn't get rattled back there. He makes another great punt. And the Belgrade punt coverage actually has been phenomenal. And all year they've done a great job of getting down to the ball. And they almost came up with a fumble there. He almost lost it, but comes back to the ground with it. So we'll see what Laurel does here with no timeouts with 1:26 to go.
Yeah, 1:26 to go. 1st down, Locomotives from their own 37-yard line. Hull takes the snap, looks to throw. He's got a man complete. It's going to be pickup of nearly a first down as he barrels through a defender.
That's tough. So Belgrade plays the too high, more of a quarters look or a read defense there. And they give up that underneath route because you don't want anybody to get behind, but you got to have your backers get into their drops also out of the box. And they give up about 10 there. Almost 10. It's second and short, but they didn't get beat behind. So you got to keep everything in front of your coverage here before half.
Under a minute to go until the half. Hull takes the snap, pump fakes, looking. He throws near the Locomotive sideline. It's complete to Younger, or that might have been number 29. That was Kennedy.
Just crosses midfield.
Our activities director, Rick Phillips, is now joining us in the box. You going to join us for halftime, Rick? Is that?
He spotted 49-yard line.
Oh, he's going to radio in there. You got the big show to go to. I got you. Just across midfield here, 46 seconds to go. Maybe a clock error as the Locomotives coaches are looking up, saying, "What's going on here?"
Well, he got out of bounds. I wasn't paying attention to the clock there.
Yeah, he ran the clock for about a second before he stopped it again. First and 10, just across midfield. Hull takes the snap. He's going to throw. Almost tipped there at the line by the Panthers, but it's complete. And the Locomotives really have their pass game going to go with that running game as well.
The biggest thing is they're getting out of bounds. They need to funnel everything back to the middle of the field with no timeouts. And it's tough out of that 44 set, but you got to funnel everything. They're spreading out. You got to funnel everything back to the middle of the field so the clock winds. They got no timeouts. But the good news is Belgrade hasn't let anything behind their safeties to get deep. So Hull's deciding to hit some of those routes underneath. But the thing is, they got those out routes come to the sideline, so no time's going off the clock.
42 seconds to go till halftime. Hull rolling to his right, pressured, gets this pass off, and it's going to be short. One hops, but it stops the clock with 36 seconds to go.
Yeah, so nice job there. We got pressure. He was trying to roll out this time, so we got a little bit better pressure of the contained guy. And he did have the out route going to the field, which he would have had some room because he had the linebacker on a step. He had the linebacker beat there, but it one-hopped it to him, so it was incomplete. So it was a good thing that Belgrade got pressure there. We got to do a better job of keeping him, again, contained and funneling everything back to the middle of the field for short routes.
Second down and 10. Hull takes the snap. He's going to throw again. Plenty of time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Directing traffic, throws on the run, and it's nicely completed for a first down. But a nice touch pass by that young man on the run.
Yeah, so a couple things there. Initially, Belgrade had great coverage. The second thing, though, was, again, he got outside the pocket, lost the contain, and then it allowed that guy to scramble again toward the sidelines. So the third thing was Laurel caught it, but they caught it going to the sidelines, got out of bounds. Again, they're doing a great job of stopping the clock with no timeouts for a potential maybe field goal. We know their field goal kicker can't quite get here. They're going to have to get probably inside the 10 for a field goal.
Sure, yeah. We've seen them kick a couple extra points tonight. They would like a few more yards to attempt a field goal, but the rate they've been going down the field, just 27 seconds is plenty of time. And now this pass is complete, but it is going to be inbounds.
So much better by the linebacker pushing back into his help. And now as we see, the clock is running. So that's a much better drop, much better defense. And it forces Laurel to lose it down here with 10 seconds. So a lot more time came off the clock there. So they rallied to him, pushed him back inside. So much better defensive set there by Belgrade.
From here, again, there's 10 seconds to go. It is second down, or it is third down, I should say, as I'm looking at the guys there at the chains. But from here, it would be roughly a 36-yard field goal. And so keeping in mind that they cannot stop the clock, as you look at the scoreboard here, there are no timeouts left for Laurel. So this is very important, the way they manage this clock.
Yeah, so if you're going to throw this, it's got to be either into the end zone for a touchdown opportunity, while now you get delay a game. Delay a game,
Penalty is delay against the Locomotives.
I don't know what Laurel will elect to do here. So it's got to be a toss to the end zone or something, to the sidelines like they have been doing to get more yardage to slop the clock. They could have maybe a deeper out with about 2-3 seconds left for then a field goal opportunity. So, or it's got to be a toss to the end zone. So we'll see what happens.
So now it's backed up to the 24-yard line. Hull takes the snap. He's looking deep. He'll throw to the end zone. He's got 2 men there. Oh! He's going to be caught for a touchdown. Boy, that is a tough break for the Panthers with just 5 seconds to go till halftime. But a beautifully thrown ball there by Hall results in a touchdown here. And Coach D, you can see the replay. Viewers at home don't see this, but break this one down.
Well, that's what we talked about. They just had interchangeable route there, but nonetheless, no matter what change, and it's tough for crossers and things like that, but you can't let them behind you. And I thought early in the possession, Belgrade did a good job of keeping everything in front. And with the delay of game, here's the fake. Laurel can't handle the snap. They're going to go for 2.
Going for the pylon. And let's see, did he get there?
Oh, he did. Gosh, that's even bigger. So they just let him behind the defense, and now they get the 2-point conversion. So I believe this initial game has been a momentum. And Belgrade's been on their heels a lot, offensively and defensively, and they haven't been able to, gain some solid ground together as an offensive unit and as a defensive unit, helping each other throughout the game. And I don't think Laurel's done anything special. I just believe that Laurel's playing confidently, and they're playing with lots of momentum right now. And they're catching Belgrade on their heels, and that's kind of the difference for me right now. And sometimes that happens when the team is that confident and they got momentum and they're excited and their guys feel good. You get in a little bit of rhythm, and it looks like you can do anything. And Laurel comes away with a strike before half with 5 seconds left to go up 22-0 on Belgrade.
So Laurel will have to kick off. Belgrade does have the dangerous Easton Page deep to return the kick. And if there's anything that could swing the momentum of this first half that has been all Laurel, would be if Easton Page with 5 seconds could do something here, as the Panthers will make their way into the locker room. We've seen squib kicks all night. And this one, once again, will be short, and it's going to be fielded at the 42-yard line. There's still 1.4 seconds to go on the clock. If Coach Kinnaman elected to try to throw one up there, he could, but he might just choose to go to the locker room based on the way the balls bounced for the Panthers in this first half and talk this one over, down 22-0. As the fans are beginning to make their way to the concession stands, it looks like Cheney does have 3 receivers up to his left. He's got Major right behind him. Laurel's going to go ahead and drop the safety back.
You're down 22-0, we'll see, but Laurel's going to not let anything become deep, and we'll see. You might just get a draw handoff here to the backfield, or maybe try to get a chance to throw something downfield. But Laurel knows they're dropping their 2 deep safeties they're about 15, almost 20 yards downfield. And we'll see if Laurel just stays with a 3-man pressure, or brings an extra guy with a 4 or 5-man pressure with the 2 deep safeties, and the corners are probably going to bail at the snap there. So they got the clock fixed, 3 seconds.
Here we go. Cheney barks out the signals.
So Laurel's showing 4-man pressure. They're going to bring a 4-man pressure out of their 3 front.
He'll get it to Page and try to have Page get it with his feet, but he'll be dropped for a loss, and that will be the final play of the first half. And it was all Laurel as they lead 22-0. And the Panthers and Coach Kinnaman got to talk this thing over, because they found themselves in a hole that they haven't been in yet this season. They've been down. We were at Livingston, and they were down early in that one and got their way back into the game. Mm-hmm. But this 22-0 hole in the first half, this is a position that they have not been in yet this year.
Well, they're going to talk at this time at halftime. You're going to go through 2 phases with your guys. First, you're going to come in and you're probably going to talk the emotion of the game. Coaches probably aren't happy. Kids probably aren't happy. But you have to address it in a positive way, and sometimes coaches get intense, and you might adjust things because you know your kids can play better. But you got to address the emotional situation first, and how to respond to deficit, and really address their emotional responses to each momentum thing that has happened in the game, because they've had to deal with fumbles, and some big plays against Laurel and things of that nature, and they got to come together as a team and help each other out defensively and help each other out offensively, because guys are playing both sides of the ball. So you got to address the team emotionally and their stance and their approach, how they approach the first half with certain detriments that they had to face. And then the second thing is, from there, then you got to make adjustments together on both sides of the ball to see if you can't get some momentum back. So that's what you got to do at halftime here when you're down 22-0, is address the emotional side of what you've had to face, where they currently are, how you're going to respond to that emotionally in the second half, and then make your adjustments and go from there and not worry about the score. You got to take one play at a time and one possession at a time and just fight and claw back into the game.
All right, so for our halftime entertainment, Rick Phillips did decide to go on Laurel Radio, so I don't blame him. He's on the big show right now. But let's go ahead and do this. We're going to leave our microphones on. You guys can enjoy some of the festivities going on here at Laurel High School, as it looks like we have the homecoming court being announced.
Yeah, we'll be back in about 5 minutes, and
we're going to enjoy some concessions and see what they got.
I'll break some couple things down for you.
Sounds good.
We'll take a restroom break.
All right. So we'll see you guys for the start of the third quarter here in about 10 minutes.
Attitude and contributions you made here at Laurel High School. Let's give them a hand, ladies and gents. Our next senior is Haley Broberg. Haley is the daughter of Danny Broberg and Connie Nicely. She's been involved in track and field for 4 years, on the right track for 4 years, cross country for 3 years, link crew for 2 years, art club for 2 years, and student council for a year. Her future plans involve going to college and pursuing something in the medical field or in law enforcement. Thank you, Haley, for your hard work and all the positive contributions you made here at Laurel High School. Let's give her a hand, ladies and gents. Our next senior is Ethan Doty. Ethan is the son of Brandon Doty and Sarah Stringer. He's been involved in cross country for 4 years and track and field for 3 years. His future plans include going to college to become a diesel technician and finding a person that he can spend the rest of his life with. Thanks, Ethan, for all of your positive contributions you made here at Laurel High School. Let's give him a hand, ladies and gents. Our next senior is Ethan Gradwall. I'm just going with the script they gave me here. Ethan is the son of Dennis and Rhonda Gradwall. He's been involved in cross country and track for the field for 4 years, NASA club for 3 years, and link crew for a year. His future plans include going to Montana State University, Bozeman, and majoring in mechanical engineering. We thank Ethan for all of his positive contributions he's made here at Laurel High School. Our next senior is Isaac Manders. Isaac is the son of Michael and Catherine Manders. He's been involved in cross country and track and field for 4 years. His future plans include attending and graduating college, getting a job he loves, and settling down here in Montana. Thanks, Isaac, for your positive contributions you made here at Laurel High School. Our next senior is Rachel Rupp. Rachel is the daughter of Jeff and Rosalie Rupp. She's been involved in cross country for 4 years, track and field for 3 years, National Honor Society for 2 years, and choir for 3 years. Her future plans include going to MSU Bozeman for a degree in biomedical engineering. Thanks, Rachel, for all of your positive contributions you made here at Laurel High School. Our next senior is Levi Charbonneau. Levi is the son of Benjamin and Angela Charbonneau. He's been involved in cross country for 4 years, track for 2 years, speech, drama, debate for 4 years, art club for 2 years, pep band for 3 years, and the school play for 2 years. His future plans include, quote-unquote, being fly. Thanks, Levi, for your positive contributions made here at Laurel High School. Our next senior is Brandon Stepp. Brandon is the son of Justin and Christina Stepp. He's been involved in cross country for 2 years, pep band for 4 years, speech, drama, and debate for 4 years. His future plans include attending Montana Tech and getting a degree in network technology, then living somewhere on the West Coast. Thanks, Brandon, for your positive contributions you made here at Laurel High School. Our last senior for cross country is Levi Taylor. Levi is the son of Mike and Janice Taylor. He's been involved in football for a year, National Honor Society for 2 years, basketball for 3 years, cross country for 3 years, and track and field for 4 years. His future plans include running in college and studying civil engineering. Thanks, Levi, for your positive contributions you made here at Laurel High School. Hey, let's give it up for our cross-country seniors, ladies and gents. This is Amy Caldera's 3rd year as the head coach of the cross-country Haskins and Michaela Hirschkorn. We would now like to honor the senior members of the golf team. Our first senior is Cash Golden. Cash is the son of Anthony and Casey Golden. He's been involved in golf for 4 years, baseball for 4 years, and basketball for 2 years. His future plans include playing college baseball or golf. Thanks, Cash, for all of your positive comments. Our next senior is Paul O'Neill. Paul is the son of Jim and Robin O'Neill. Paul is also being escorted by his sister Morgan. He's been involved in golf for 4 years and basketball for 3 years. His future plans include playing college golf. Thanks, Paul, for all of the positive contributions you've made here at Laurel High School. And again, our last senior tonight from the golf team is Elise Shovar. Elise is the daughter of Justin and Julia Shovar. She's been involved in ladies golf for 4 years, Big Brothers Big Sisters for 2 years, On the Right Track for 4 years, choir for 2.5 years, and National Honor Society for 1 year. Her future plans include graduating high school and continue her job as an IT support specialist at Faith Chapel until the opportunity arises for her to begin leading ministry in backcountry settings such as backpacking trips and summer camps. Thanks, Elise, for all of your positive contributions you made here at Laurel High School. Let's give it up for your senior golfers. The head coach for the golf team is Mr. Jim O'Neill. This is his 2nd year as the head coach. His assistant coach is Mr. Sean Hackman. We'd also like to thank Mrs. Blackman, Marion Blackman, who serves as our athletic trainer. Everything that she does for Northern Montana, all of her work with the students during the season. We'd also like to give a special shout out to Roger Heimbigger, our district activities director. Thank you, everyone that is involved with students and their activities here at Laurel High School. Please give all of our seniors and their families a round of applause. Go Locomotives!
Is this a new board you bought? No. I know. Oh, yeah. Is there special programs that this isn't our full setup. I saved that for
All right, ladies and gents, let's go ahead and give away some 50-50 money tonight. 50-50 money tonight. If you have a red ticket number 2069014. Again, if you have red ticket number 2069014, it's worth $365. Bring it on up to the press box. Thank you for your support of Rock at the Rail Yards.
All right, wrapping up here, halftime, joined now by Belgrade Activities Director Rick Phillips. Rick made the trip over to Laurel. It's been a tough first half for the Panthers.
Really has. You know, that early turnover put us in a hole quickly, and then just haven't really been able to get a good stop defensively, and then that drive at the end of the half. That's a tough one to come back for here in the second half.
So Panthers, as we mentioned before we went on the break, this is the biggest hole they've been in at this time. But for a young team, 4-0, you know, on this season, to face adversity like this, I like to see this is where we'll get a chance to see, you know, what this team's really made of.
Well, exactly, you know, and we are a quick strike team, and we do have the weapons to be able to pull away from distance. The problem is that we got to be able to stop them. I mean, we've had opportunities, had some balls over the middle. Laurel made some nice plays defensively over the middle on a couple passes and knocked them down. We find those gaps in them, and we've got some people that can make some big plays. But that being said, we're going to have to stop them. And right now, we haven't done a very good job of that, except for that one stand deep in the red zone. We were fortunate to come away there, too.
Right now, not to be looking ahead, we do have another half to play. But next week at Belgrade High School is a big week. We talked to Dusty a little bit about it earlier in the game. But just talk a little bit about the homecoming week and what everyone in Belgrade can be excited about for this upcoming week.
Homecoming week's always a fun week. A lot of activities for the students, but I think one thing that's kind of been lost for this year is that we're once again celebrating the 40-year reunion of the 1978 football team, and also the 40-year reunion of the 1979 state championship track team. So we have a couple of reunions coming in, and if anybody knows any of those athletes from back 40 years ago that are still around and about,
were you on that?
We'd love to have them come
years, in. Were you on that team?
40 years? Yikes.
Yeah, and we did that last year, and it was a great success with the 1977 team, but they won it 2 years in a row, 77, 78, and quite frankly, that was the last time that we won a state championship in football, and that was one of the last years we were Class B. So we're coming back up, and we won a state championship in football in Class C, Class B, and this started last year in Class A. So it would be a lot of fun if we can bounce back today, get 5-0 against Billings Central next week, and maybe springboard us into bringing home a state championship in our last year of Class A as well.
You're right. So that's probably the biggest talk around school is we're going AA next year. As far as making that transition, I guess, is everything lining up as you expect at this point? As we're now just about one school year away from going AA. Is everything lining up, I guess, how you expect at this point?
Well, I think we've always envisioned that when you make that transition, you want to be at the top level in Class A, and we've been in pretty good shape in many of our sports. You know, our boys soccer team, 2 state championships in a row, been in the finals 4 years in a row. Our volleyball team has been playing on Saturday for the last 3 years, playing right in the top 3 teams in the state. Softball, been in the state finals every year, last 2 years, winning state championships. So we're right where we need to be. We got a few other programs that need to continue to step up. You know, football's having a great year. They continue to grow. But, that's what it's about. And we will find out what it takes to compete at the next level. And we're doing everything we can to try to challenge ourselves by scheduling as much of the AA people as we can. And one of those is next weekend in our volleyball is they'll be playing in the Border Wars, and they're going to play all 3 Billings schools and Bozeman next weekend on Saturday.
That's
so
awesome.
It's going to be a great challenge for our volleyball team.
That's awesome. So again, we are with Belgrade Athletic Director Rick Phillips. Rick, thanks for joining us on the broadcast and making the trip to Laurel. Speaking of challenges, we got a big challenge here in the second half, as I'm going to bring back Andy. But thanks a lot for joining us at halftime.
You're very welcome.
All right, Andy, we're getting ready here for this. Hang on. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have Andy mention a sponsor that we're really happy to bring on right now. I'm going to bring up that ad right now. I'm going to kick it over to Andy.
Yeah, one of our ads right now is, as you see on the screen, is Big Sky Bravery. That is a local foundation that's based out of Bozeman, Montana. It's actually the only one in the United States that is a foundation that supports active military as far as special forces. So we're talking Army Rangers, Navy SEALs, and the superiors over in Washington, D.C. decide who comes out to the Bozeman area to go through a decompression program to help them and their families between their active deployments. So these are the guys who are going after Osama bin Laden. These are the guys you don't see who are doing all the dirty work when we're sleeping easy at night. And these are the patriots that risk their lives for themselves, for their country, to maybe never see their families again, so that we can live in the freedoms that we do. And these guys get sent out to Montana, and they go through a program with Josh McCain in Big Sky Bravery. And they go through a several-week program, whether it's in the fall, winter, or spring. And they do an outstanding job of making these guys feel like their country supports them, that their country loves them, and their country expresses appreciation for who they are. So we'll continue to talk more about Big Sky Bravery as we go on.
So second half is underway. Laurel here on the return, up across the 30-yard line.
To the 31-yard line. From there it'll be 1st and 10 Locomotives.
So 1st and 10 here. Coach, take it over while I get this cord adjusted.
Yeah, so 1st and 10 here, just over the 30-yard line, 31-yard line for Laurel. Laurel comes out under center, single back out of doubles, lace and race set, what we call lace and race set. Under center, see what they do. Quick handoff, inside hitter, back to the weak side, missed tackle, gets to the second level, gets to the third level, to the safeties, and will pick up, again, a first down for Cam Younger, and he's a 100-yard rusher easily. And they go under center there with the spread set to loosen the box again, but they come quick hitter off of the weak side of the boundary there, and like you said, he's been hitting stride before anybody can really get to him. We did miss a tackle there at the second level, but once you get to that second and third level, if you get a good running back in space like that, it's tough to bring them down, and they get a first down there.
1st and 10 Locomotives from their own 44. Hull under center, gives up the middle. Again with room is the back for the Locomotives, picking up about 8 yards.
Up the middle.
That was Renner.
Of the offensive front, he's going to pick up 8 yards a shot. Brings up 2nd and 2.
2nd down and 2 into Panther territory.
Yeah, and with a 22-point lead and them running the ball how they are, well, I could see a play action here in 2nd and short, but I think out of their run sets here under center, they're going to continue to hammer the ball and keep the clock moving.
Here's another give up the middle.
Locomotives go bounce to the right. Younger carries the ball.
Younger there on the first down carry.
43-yard line. Result of the play will be first down, Locomotives!
And it's a first down Locomotives, as you caught there in the PA announcer.
Yikes.
Across to the Panther 44-yard line.
He's excited for
43.
his team, and as
rightfully so.
They're up 22-0. They stay in their run formation. Two-back set out of I. Belgrade stays in about 8-man box there. Play action off first down.
Looking deep, plenty of time. Hull finds his man open along the Belgrade sideline. Will be good for a first down.
Yeah, and here's the deal. We talked about being on your heels, so Laurel's been in their run game formations, and we haven't been able to stop, and then you get into a first down situation, and they've also done a good job of play calling. And when you get a team on your heels, it gets an offensive coordinator an opportunity to get in rhythm, and even at the end of the half, and right here, it looks like their O coordinator's in a good rhythm, because when you're playing on your heels, sometimes you get desperate, you make mistakes, and the other team doesn't really know how to respond, and that's not just for Belgrade, that's for any team.
Looking to throw to the end zone. Nice ball on the way, and it is going to be incomplete. Boy, that was close.
Oh, so he had it. And right there, looks like the ball hit the turf late. And as you can see, some people might be saying, at least on the Laurel side, as the DB kept pushing into him, and that's a rule in high school now. The DB does not have, that's called face guarding. The DB does not have to turn and look back now. So face guarding is legal at the high school level, which is a nice advantage and nice help to the defense, because it's tough for a high schooler to get that time to look back at the ball, and they can put their arms up and run through the receiver. It will be PI if they get contact before that's there, but face guarding is not a penalty anymore.
Second down. It's going to be a run here, looking for room on the left side, picking up a couple of blocks. Now inside the Panther 20-yard line and picking up a first down.
The Locomotives. Ball's going to be spotted at the
I believe that was Ethan Renner on the carry.
From there, it'll be first down. Locomotives!
I have a headset on, and I'm going to be deaf after this game, by the way.
He said, I think
so not only I can't read the numerals from 80 yards away, I'm not going to be able to hear or see my children when I get home.
1st and 10 inside the Taco Time red zone. Hull takes the snap, pitches to his right. Here, Panthers in defense.
And that's what they needed right there.
Big play there.
Alex Cass is on the hit.
And that's Alex Cassis. That's who Coach Kinnaman talked about last game in for Tommy Whipple, the injured Panther there. Comes up off that outside safety blitz, knifes through, gets right in his nice fit on the outside there between the 3-speed and the end gap there, and takes the running back down there for a huge loss. That's a big play for Belgrade to maybe knock them out of scoring range. But as we know here, second down, Laurel has been taking shots to the end zone, and they have been getting behind the DBs a little bit. So
here, looking for a quick pass on the left side, complete, looking for a block up to the 15-yard line. Brought down there. It will be about 3rd and 11. And I mentioned before that was Cassis, the sophomore, with a big sack on second down, or on a first down, I should say. So 3rd down here, with the ball spotted right around the 16-yard line. And I'm going to say this is right on the verge of Locomotive field goal range.
And Laurel still got the advantage because they might go for it here in 2-down issues, but they might try their field goal kicker. So quick handoff inside zone there.
Yeah, give up the middle, but there's a flag on the play.
You got illegal shift there by the offense. So guys moving, they're not set long enough, or 2 men in motion there. So it's going to get a 5-yard penalty.
Is this a dead ball foul, or could Kinnaman decline this and elect to take 4th down? As a defensive coordinator, what do you like here?
They were asking. I think you push him back.
Oh, he's declining it.
Yep, he's declining it.
It's going to bring up 4th down and probably 8.
Motion, number 22 of the offense. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
Oh, so it is an opportunity here. You're right. It was a dead ball, so they do decline it. Here you like to take the 4th down. Yeah, because given Laurel 2 downs here, they'll take the 2 downs, and their momentum's been high, and we'll see what they do here out of 3-by-1.
Throw into the end zone. He's got a man.
Great job, out of bounds.
Incomplete. Wow.
And again, the DB was able to face guard there, which helped push the receiver out towards the bounds. In normal circumstances a couple of years ago, that's probably on the verge of the official calling a PI for a 1st down, but Belgrade takes over on downs. So that dead ball foul helped them. They could decline the ball and only give Laurel 1 chance, and they go for the fade route out of the 3-by-1 there. And Belgrade defends it. So that's a huge stop by Belgrade, even though field position's not great, but a huge stop. And we know that Coach Lewis has done a good job of being known as a quick strike offense too, because they do have some playmakers. So let's hopefully they bounce back here.
So Panthers will take over after the turnover on downs. It was a nice pass by Hull to the back of the end zone, but just out of the reach, or really just ran out of room there at the end line.
Yeah, so the DB did a good job of keeping his face and his helmet into the chest of the receiver without getting contact.
Here we have flags on this play. I believe this could be an offsides.
Which is huge, but huge if it's offsides on Laurel.
I take that back. It's going to be false start. Really, that defensive end just had such a jump that it looked like he might have been offsides, but I think he was going off of a lineman who had jumped before that. So back it up.
And we'll see there. They might have got lucky there with the dead ball foul and only losing 5 yards because Laurel sent the blitz from the boundary, and there was no one to block there, and he was hot on Dyson's trail as he was rolling out, so that could have been ugly again. So we'll see if they do a better job of blitz pickup.
Here, Cheney's going to roll to his left, looking, throwing. It's complete. This is Page. He's going to be wrapped up
Pass is complete.
After a gain of about 6 or 7 yards.
Well defended by
it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
So they get the 5 yards back not only, but they get ahead of that. And like I said, if you go watch that on replay, there was a blitzer on the penalty play.
Right.
And I think that was actually best case scenario there. So Dyson has done actually a pretty good job early in the season of picking up the box and who's blitzing and telling his guys where to go. But he's got to continue to manage that here so he doesn't get sacked.
Here, empty set. Going to keep it himself. Cheney right up the middle. and then he's stacked up.
Yeah, nothing happened there. They got about a yard, but
inside.
Laurel does a good job of their run fits there. They pull up inside there with the quarterback run.
Check that 18-yard line.
And it still puts Belgrade in a third down situation.
Third down and 5. Panthers on their own 18-yard line. Again, empty set. Cheney has 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Takes the snap, drops back to throw. Deep across the middle, he's got a man. It's Major! And it's complete for a first down, and the biggest play of the night for Belgrade across midfield.
So what helped that on the verticals, we had 4 verticals going there. They had Easton Page to our side, and we caught Laurel in a 1 high there. As you see, the 1 high, and the 1 high is going to, it was a 3-by-1 with the back out. Ethan was the back out for the 5th vertical, so it's basically an empty set. So when I played 3-by-1, I always said you got to also play that as an empty set and pass because that back's kind of coming out of the outfield. But the 1 high safety went to Easton's side. It opened up Ethan out of the backfield for the vertical for a 1-on-1 with no safety help.
Here's Page with nowhere to go on the end around. He's going to be dropped for a loss.
Misdirection play is sniffed out by the Locomotive linebacking crew.
Second down and 14.
Forward progress at the 47-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and long for Belgrade.
So 6:50 to go here, third quarter.
Got plenty of viewers chiming in.
What do you got?
Well, giving our shout-outs. We'll give a little shout-out to Belgrade faithful Eric Diggins, former player at Belgrade High and played over at Rocky his college football days. Also a veteran, a military veteran. We give him a shout out, and thanks for his loyalty to Belgrade High School sports.
Second down pass here is incomplete, out of the reach.
Also a big Oklahoma fan, so I'm sure he was maybe rooting for the Browns a little bit last night, you know, with Baker Mayfield having the game that he did. So
yeah, that was a good Thursday night football game on last night. The Browns acted like they had won the Super Bowl last night, but that was kind of exciting.
Yeah, first win in a lot of games, and you can only build on wins like that.
So Panthers come out now, third down and long, just across midfield here. We'll call it 3rd and 13. As Cheney looks to throw, rolls to his right. He's going deep as he steps into it. He's got Page, and it's caught for a first down.
And that's what we said by quick strike offense. So they got
by Page.
They got the safety there. As we look at the replay, they have the safety over the top there of Easton, so they decide to throw the fade route off the slot. So they do double hitches and then accurately thrown ball by Easton or by Dyson Cheney. So how you beat that 1 high safety when you're double coverage, you hitch up everything, gives him more space to the field. But a great thrown ball off the fade and great catch by Easton Page.
Here's Cheney looking for someone. Now rolls back to his right side under pressure. He's going to keep it now as he tucks it inside the 15-yard line. He's going to be tackled right at around the 13, and there is a Laurel player who has been shaken up on the play. We will mention that the Panthers are in the taco time red zone. But we do have a Locomotive player who is down here on the sideline. While we take this injury timeout with 6:06 to go in the third and Panthers facing a second down, let's go ahead and run through some of our advertisements. Or first, do you have something for me, Coach? Yeah, let's go ahead and run through some of our ads. We'll get through every single one of them, I believe, here as we have a player cramping up. But once again, as we've mentioned, Big Sky Bravery, thanks for jumping on and as a sponsor of Panther Live. And a shout-out to all those veterans out there who are watching our broadcast today. Then the Eastern A standings, we can kind of cruise through this one.
Give me a hand, please.
So let's get through this one here. And then Harrington Pepsi. Thank you so much, Harrington Pepsi, for your support of Belgrade High School. And we are now back to play, so we'll go ahead and drop the ads and get ready as the Panthers are in the taco time red zone with a 2nd and 4. As Cheney takes the snap, rolls to his left. It's a keeper, and he shakes one tackler, and then he's tackled forward up near first down yardage. And Panthers here, if this is going to be
the 9-yard line.
Boy, that's right at the first down marker, but they're not going to.
Oh, boy.
They want to come out and measure it?
Not even a measure.
Short.
Boy, they're going to call it 3rd and short This is as close as Belgrade's been all night, and now the Whitecaps going to say, you know what? Let's go ahead and measure this one. And I'm going to have our cameraman, Dusty, zoom in right on that football. See what we can get as they run these chains out here. Coach, what are you hearing from the fans that keep on blowing up your phone? What's going on?
No, I was just texting back and forth there. Yeah, I remember Eric Diggins. He was coaching with me when I was coaching here, and he was coaching the Frosh, and he actually was coaching the Frosh when they first built this stadium, and that was the first game to be played on here. Actually, was a Froshmore game for the varsity. Yeah, awesome. And we won on that. We won that game on that Frosh game, and actually, two of the coaches, Justin McGovern and Talon Taylor, were on that team that Coach Diggins was coaching for. So it's been here a while.
I don't know if you saw, but it was a first down by well more than the length of a football.
Yeah, it's a good thing they measured.
Yeah, first in goal. Here's Major. He's got room, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Yes,
boy, that's just what we need.
Yeah, two things came together there. We got to stop defensively, and then we made a methodical drive. And we saw that Ethan Major, great running back, caught a deep pass out of the backfield, great run there. Easton Page had a great catch, great throws by Dyson Cheney, and good protection and good job run blocking. And see what happens when both sides of the ball, defense complement the offense and offense helps complement the defense. You get yourself a score, and there's a lot of time in this game. There's a lot of time in this game. They're only down 2 scores.
So the John Mears extra point is up and good, brought to you by Town and Country Foods. And Zane, why don't we go ahead and roll through a couple of those ones that we didn't get to. I think we stopped at Harrington Pepsi, so we'll go on to Reach Higher Montana. If you're looking for ways to pay for college, come down to the counseling office and learn about how you can pay for school next year, as well as State Farm Insurance. Call Ty Elliott at State Farm next week, as well as Town and Country Foods. Multiple locations across the Gallatin Valley serving the Belgrade community. And, of course, Taco Time, sponsoring our Red Zone, a new commercial that we play on our new system. You guys will see that on Friday night. We'll actually run a real Taco Time commercial, but sponsoring the Panthers for now 34 years. Thank you, Taco Time. And finally, Yellowstone Vacations. For snowmobile and snow coach trips into Yellowstone National Park, visit YellowstoneVacations.com. How about, is Derek Zwicky watching tonight? Have you been hearing from him? Yeah, he's on, huh?
Yeah, he's the one flying the airplane.
Gotcha, awesome.
He's watching on the in-flight TV, connected on his way back to Bozeman. So yeah.
All right, ladies and gents,
Derek
let's make some
noise
in the valley of the
sponsor through
Locomotives.
Yellowstone Vacations. So always chiming in and watching our Belgrade kids and supporting them in force. So we appreciate that.
So John Mears here tees it up for the Panthers. 15-point game now as the Panthers were in a 22-0 hole. As the kick is on the way, it's going to be deep right. It's going to be all the way down to the 3-yard line. Brought up middle return, finding a seam now, cutting to the sideline. Back inside, flags coming down.
So we'll see what happens here. Looks like there might be
out to the 35-yard line.
A block on the back.
There was a penalty marker on the field.
Got a holding call probably on the kick return on the offense there.
Boy, that was a nice return there by the Locomotives. So this penalty will help assist the Belgrade defense in backing this ball up.
On the return, holding number 13 of the receiving team, 10-yard penalty from the spot.
That drops it back to the 25-yard line, so that's where the Locomotives will start out 1st and 10.
Has that been the first time the referee's actually been on his mic?
I think so.
So he's had it the whole game.
He's had it the whole time. I think during warm-ups he had it on accident.
Maybe he just remembered.
We've made that mistake.
But at least he didn't leave it on when he went to the restroom in half, because that could have been crucial.
Here, give up the middle.
Locomotives
is too younger.
Inside,
I take that back. I think that's Renner.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 31-yard line. It's going to be 32-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3 for the Locomotives.
So once again, 2nd down and short from the 32. Hull will go under center. He's got a fullback and a running back behind him. Give is to the tailback and rumbling forward for first down and yardage up to the 38-yard line.
Result of the play will be first down, Locomotives!
And that was Renner on the carry. First down and 10, ball spotted on the Locomotive left hash. Hole this time in shotgun. Takes the snap, give up the middle, Younger with room. It's going to be tackled after a gain of 5.
Locomotives go off tackle to the far side. Rumbles downfield for a pickup.
Yeah, still plenty of time left, but as they're approaching midfield, if the defense can get out here, Laurel would flip field position the punt, but if they can get a stop, that would be huge for Belgrade. Get back-to-back stops and put the ball back in their offensive hand, who showed a little bit more rhythm on the last offensive series.
Give is up the middle again. This time with room is Younger.
Yet, so they come back with power off tackle to the weak side there.
Locomotives go to the near side with Cam Younger. Crosses midfield.
And it's tough as you get down blocked. Backers got to fold over the top. And
Locomotives!
You're just going to wait, let him.
So they run power there. We just got to get up inside and tack those pullers there. They pull again, much better there. He has to cut back into the help if you saw that, but he still gets yardage.
He's still on his feet.
Still on his feet. But if you watch the replay there, Belgrade does a much better job of coming down the line of scrimmage off that down block and wrong arm in the pullers to make them spill, and he has to cut back to the weak side where the host of Panthers was there, but he Younger does a good job of keep his feet moving. We just slipped through some tackles. So
Younger's had a very impressive night as flags are on this play before the snap. And the Panthers are making their way towards their sideline. I think that they're going to take a timeout here. It is going to be a Belgrade timeout. Let's bring back Dusty Maddox here. Hey, Dusty, again, you filmed last year, right, for the Panthers? Were you part of the?
Did.
So let's get this. What's been your favorite? I guess what's been your favorite memory of being a part of the Panther football program here on the camera?
Well, I think it's really fun, whether it be at home or traveling, to just kind of watch the team and develop throughout the years. And I know last season, Belgrade only winning 2 games wasn't a very good season for them. And this year, they've been really trying to turn it around. So far, 4-0. And I just think it's really fun just watching them kind of develop and evolve pretty much throughout the days, and after each practice fixing these little things here and there, and just watching them overall is honestly what makes it great.
Yeah, well, you've had the best vantage point up here as we are now ready for this second down. It's going to be a give up the middle. This is a different running back. He's going to be taken down in the backfield. Thanks, Dusty, for joining us there in that timeout. And Belgrade there gets a stop. I believe that was number 7 on the carry for the Locomotives. We haven't seen him with the ball. That was Noah Gunther. 3rd down and 4. A big opportunity for this Belgrade defense. Probably 4-down territory.
Well, they're going to go with the spread, but they still might get that inside handoff. They go quick hitch to the sticks.
It's going to be complete for a 1st down and more as Younger refuses to go down.
Pass completed to Logan Kennedy.
Oh, that was Kennedy, actually.
Going to be taken out of bounds.
Yep, so Laurel does a nice job of just playing the hitch game.
First down, Locomotives!
And it was a 1st down Locomotives, as you caught that one.
I'm going to be saying that in my sleep. I might wake my wife and kids up tonight. I'm going to wake up with cold sweats yelling, "First down, Locomotive!" I mean, can you imagine that? But that's what this guy's doing to me.
All right, it's going to be a 1st down, give up the middle. taken down at about the 10-yard line.
You know, I was there saying they do a good job of just playing the vertical game, verticals with hitches, and pressing those defensive backs and just getting to the sticks and catching an open space on the hitch. And then, as you can see, he just kept moving down the sidelines to get that first down. And Laurel's got some momentum again, and it's tough to play that type of transition defense when you're down, and Belgrade got the stop in the last possession to get them to score, but if they can hold off with a field goal or less here, that would be a huge victory for Belgrade.
Second down from the 10-yard line. Gunther in motion. Hull's going to keep it himself. He's got some room inside the 5. He stretches. It will be first down and goal from about the 2.
Ball's going to be spotted near the 2-yard line.
Yeah, we saved you a little bit. Coach left at halftime, and we just saved him a few snacks. I figured you were at the concession stand and you didn't.
No, I went to the car to get your coat. and I come back and you ate all the snacks.
Well, we got a big crew up here for this road game.
Yeah, that's okay.
Here we go, first down and goal. Hull's going to pitch it. Now looking for the corner of the end zone, and finding it is Gunther. Is there a flag on the play or no?
It looked like it, but no, there's not.
Okay.
It's a clean run there by Laurel, and Laurel's just taking this momentum, and they're up now 28-7. So they come back with an old score, and it's been a game of momentum, and Belgrade did their respond early in the third quarter, but unfortunately when you're down like that, you got to continue to get more stops, and it's tough. It's very tough when offense is clicking and has some confidence, and Laurel comes back with a score of their own.
So Locomotives will look to add this extra point. Snap is there, kick is on the way, and it is good.
He is good.
So it is now 29-7. Locomotives on top, 1:29 to go here.
That's a good. That's some good music there.
Now you got the crowd mic going up there. We're probably going to get a copyright infringement on this broadcast. I hope it doesn't take down our replay.
We'll send the bill to Laurel.
We'll send it to Laurel. Looks like we have 87 viewers watching right now on the YouTube page. Thanks for making Panther Live part of your night. If you're a Panther fan like us, we're hoping for a good closeout to this third quarter and some magic in the fourth. Locomotives have elected to kick short all night, and we'll expect that again. And this is another short kick. It's going to be fielded at the 37-yard line by the Panthers. Good field position to start this one out.
Yeah, they're not going to let Easton Page and Ethan Major and those guys touch it deep, and they'd rather give up basically like, they're at the 35-yard line. They might as well just kick the ball out of the bounds. But the difference is that if you kick it out of bounds, you can make them re-kick. But with those squibs, that's basically what they're doing there. And their coaches and their defense are happy with that type of field position, and we'll see if Belgrade can't get another strike here. We'll see if this is going to be a penalty. There he goes. Good job by Tate Buller coming inside the numbers, else that would have been a penalty.
Cheney runs option, pitches to Major. Major with room on the sideline, makes a couple tacklers miss. Uses his speed to get out there for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
Going to be tackled at the 41-yard line.
And those outside runs like that, the blocks are very crucial by the receivers to get up into those corners and those second-level guys, and they just had enough blocks. If they could have maintained their blocks a little bit longer, he probably, with his speed that he had, he probably could have gone a lot further. But everybody's got to do their job now and get back to striking distance within Laurel here. Speed option.
Here's another pitch to Major, this time on the other side, and he's brought down in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Kraft on the hit.
Will be third down and 7.
Bring up third and 7. Third and 7 for the Panthers.
Belgrade on its own 40-yard line. Clock ticking here.
Yeah, Laurel's done a great job of their outside run fits on just sweep-type plays, sweep action-type plays, but also speed option plays and outside runs.
Cheney takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking to throw, delivers to Page. It's good for a first down. Or is that Gabe Lynn?
Gabe Lynn. Great job. So with forward momentum, it's going to stop the clock with 4 seconds here in the third quarter. Gets to the 50-yard line, and that's completed for a first down. That's a huge play.
Yep, Gabe Lynn there with the big reception to move the sticks. And depending on it looks like they will start the clock here. And so we will jump into the fourth quarter with the Belgrade Panthers trailing 29-7. Let's go ahead and we're going to roll our sponsors. I'm going to check some of our connection. We're going to just roll the sponsors.
Hold that
screen.
First one, real quick here.
Go ahead, bring up the ads there. Thanks.
So Big Sky Bravery there, like we were saying, they do great work for active forces, special forces soldiers, and we appreciate all their work. They do a fundraiser every year, multiple fundraisers every year that help bring in those active forces soldiers from out east, and do an absolutely phenomenal job with them and their families of helping them through their active service and their deployments. Also, our sponsor is brought to you by Harrington Pepsi. Done a great job by donating things for all of our students here at Belgrade High School, making their sport experience and making their high school experience well provided for. Also, reach higher for opportunities for financial aid. Ty Elliott State Farm. Head down to the local State Farm agent, Ty Elliott, for all your needs. And we come now back, Nate, to the beginning of the fourth quarter. Belgrade down 29-7, but they have the ball at midfield.
Cheney takes the snap, looks to throw, coming back across. He's got a man. There it is! And he's going to go in for the touchdown. Panthers.
Just like that, we're back in the game.
Yep.
Outstanding job. Two things that I saw there is they rolled out, but it was a half rollout. They didn't get the full. They didn't get the full Leo where they're sprinting outside the pocket. And as you saw on the backside, they finally double teamed that backside pressure, and he was able to set up on the half rollout and bring Easton Page across the field, which is tougher for the one high safety to bracket him. And he comes across the green while sending receivers to the opposite way, and he ends up wide open. So great job by Coach Lewis getting that one-on-one with Easton Page to get their playmaker the ball. And great protection by Belgrade there. They picked up the protection that side, backside on that rollout. And great read by Dyson Cheney, great throw.
John Mears puts through the Town and Country Foods extra point, making the score now Laurel 29, Belgrade 14. And the quick strike from Page, just as you felt like as the third quarter was coming to a close, and Laurel put together that drive to make it a three-score game again. Belgrade right back in it. But it's really now up to the Belgrade defense to contain the running game of Younger and Renner and those guys and Hull, who have really controlled the line of scrimmage, the line up front for the Locomotives. So right now, with 11:52 to go in this game, a two-score game, the Belgrade defense has to dig in here and get a stop. Let's start with a good kickoff here and cover from John Mears and the Belgrade kickoff team here.
Yeah, I thought Belgrade's offense has done a nice job. And they've made their adjustments, and Belgrade's defense even got that early stop in the third quarter, and now they're going to be called upon here to get another stop, and we'll see if they can't stop the running attack of Laurel that has set up some nice play-action passes and plays also out of their run game. So if Belgrade can get a stop on this possession and get another quick score, we saw how quickly they can score when they get their playmakers in a one-on-one situation, and Coach Lewis has done a nice job there.
Laurel has their hands team on the field, and Belgrade does elect a funny-looking pooch kick, and it will be returned up to the 40-yard line. Mears was just kind of looking for a hole, and he pooched it back there. Never know with the ball bouncing around in the turf, but the Locomotives are able to field it cleanly and return it up to the 41. So good field position here for Laurel with 11:49 to go.
The downside of that is you take your chance there. You're down 2 scores, and you take a chance. It could be a big momentum play, but it didn't quite work out, so Laurel gets great field position. And so Belgrade's really got to dig in here.
Hull takes the snap. Give is up the middle to Younger. It's going to be taken down after a gain of 4.
To the left.
Yeah, and Younger has ran well all night
He
long.
has.
He's ran hard downhill, and he's been good at running hard downhill, breaking that first level, breaking further through the level 1 defenders. And once he's got to that second and third level defenders, he shows that too. He can make some moves and make some cutbacks and make some good decisions in the open field.
2nd down and 6. Hull now in shotgun.
So Belgrade manned up here, cover 0.
Taking the snap, give is up the middle. It's Younger. He sheds one. No, he's taken down there. Nice tackle in the open field there by the Belgrade defender. That was, as we mentioned before, is that Cassis on the stop?
Cassis is the other safety,
Back at the 46-yard line.
Cassis, the sophomore, getting some playing time tonight, has made some plays on defense.
But Laurel's cross midfield now again with a 1st down after Belgrade elect to do that pooch kick. And I don't know, Laurel still, their passing game has opened up a little bit in the second half, but it's been due to their run game because Belgrade has had to put so many guys in the box to try to stop that run game. And so it's crucial we get some run stops here.
Here's a run.
Oh, they just had it.
But he shakes out of it.
Man, and that's the thing is when we've had him for losses, he's been able to actually elude some of those tackles. So instead of 2nd and 14 or 15, now it's
2nd and 2. 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2. We'll let the announcer here to do it for us, but 2nd and 2 instead of 2nd and 15.
Right.
So those are big, crucial plays. When you get those opportunities and those plays as a defender, you got to really sink in and make those plays. It's just the way it is. You're in the right position, you had the right opportunity, right play call, and you just got to finish.
2nd and short, man in motion. Hull gives it on the jet sweep. Looking for room here on the right sideline, getting the 1st down before Ethan Major is able to kind of pull him out of bounds. Be just inside the 30.
Ball's going to be
so they go under center out of the spread look, but now with their run game being so good up inside, it's a good mix-up to handle that jet sweep. Now they really haven't done that all night, and it's a good mix-up because they've had to corral so much guys in the box towards Younger, and now they just give a quick jet sweep to get that 1st down there.
So now Hull's going to let the clock tick. Well, actually, I should say the clock is stopped. He went out of bounds. Now Hull will look to throw. He's got a man there. It is complete on the perimeter, looking for room on the sideline before he's finally brought down Gabe Lynn in there on that stop.
Yeah, so ball in bounds. It should be a 1st down. The referee says wind the clock, but it should be stopped.
Yeah, the clock is stopped.
Yeah, the clock should be stopped.
Result of the play will be 1st down. Locomotives!
And as you heard, it is 1st down for the Locomotives. They are in the taco time red zone as the Panthers will look to tighten down here and get a stop. Ball spotted at the Panther 18-yard line.
So out of the pistol set, 2-back pistol here. A lot of things you can do with an up-back off wing. They run a little bit of power to the weak side there to the boundary. Good tackle there by, I believe it was Riley Berman.
Ball's going to be spotted near the 16-yard line.
So they load up to the boundary to try to get leverage out of that pistol set with the wing player. Basically with isolation lead off that into the boundary. Riley does a nice job of chopping, what we call chop the pig. Sometimes, you get caught not tackling very well, so you just chop the pig, take them out of the legs, and then there's no ability for them to juke or you have to worry about wrapping up. You just chop that pig and he'll go down.
8:40 to go. Here's this sweep end around again. Panthers here have it defended.
Yeah, much better. They run speed, run jet sweep speed to the back to the field, but Belgrade does a good job of containing it and really thinning it out to the sideline. So great job.
8 for the Locomotives.
Still with 8 minutes to go, if they can get a defensive stop here, 3rd down. We're not sure about Laurel's kicking game yet, but generally they've converted here on 3rd downs inside the red zone, so if Belgrade can get a stop, it puts them in a position to make a decision.
Here, Hull in shotgun. He has a tailback to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Takes the snap. Give is up the middle to Younger.
They had him bottled, and good job.
Nice tackle there. Ball's on the ground.
Oh, the referee's pointing down, but sometimes I think they do that a little bit prematurely. But as you can see on the replay, Belgrade's interior does a nice job of plugging the double A gaps there out of their 6-man box, out of their 42, and it forces Younger to spill. And great rally by the linebackers coming up. Riley Berman, the outside safety, in the box comes up and again takes a great angle and chops the pig down and takes his legs out, nowhere to go. So 4th down, huge play by Belgrade. 4th down here for Laurel.
We're going to call it 4th and 10. They're going for it. It would be a 35-yard field goal. 7:10 to go in the game.
Got 1-and-1 fade here to the bottom, if so.
Hall with the pitch. It's going to be a halfback pass. No, he's keeping it. Younger looking for a block. He's got it, and it's going to be short. Let's see. This is going to be close. I think the Panthers might have held. It's going to depend on this spot here.
So great job by Belgrade there. So there's an option play. So he was going to pass to the 1 speed for the fade to the end zone, but he's got an option there. If it was well covered, he just takes it to run. He kept it to run. He got outside the contain, and it came to the point who's going to make the play, and Belgrade made the play right before the 1st down marker. So huge play. Belgrade has 2 timeouts left. 7 minutes to go. They've been quick strikes, so
he'll roll immediately to his right, looks to throw. He's got a man. It's complete. It's going to be a pickup of about 8 yards or so to Riley Berman.
I'm not sure if Belgrade can continue to huddle here, even though there's about 6.5 here to go in the game.
Brings up 2nd and short for Belgrade.
They've had some luck out of that empty set, though, out of their pass, doing a good job of dialing up routes to into the holes of that defense to hole up and catch and make some movement plays off those catches.
Here, Cheney takes the snap. He's going to throw, stays in the pocket, steps up. Now he's going to be brought down, but I believe he's going to fall forward. He's going to actually come down with the 1st down here.
Closes the bottom of the
referee waves.
Pocket for a
and I think they're going to measure here, Nate.
Boy, it looks to me like he's a whole yard in front of that yard to gain.
They're going to give it down.
First down.
So nice spot by you. 1st down, clock stops. If Belgrade got to continue, though, to speed up their play calling, I know they got to get guys in, but the clock is running. They got 2 timeouts. They've got to hustle the line, get those play calls in and hustle the line. It's been about 10, 12 seconds here. So the O-line's got to get up there, get set.
Panthers are on the line now. Cheney has Major with him in the backfield, 2 receivers to each side. Takes the snap. It's going to be option. Pitches to Major. Major's a double pass. He's got a man open, and it's complete to Berman. Berman cuts across. He's got some blockers. He's going down the sideline. Riley Berman past the 30, cuts back inside, and is brought down at the 20-yard line.
But I tell you what, so Coach Lewis comes back with some trickery of his own and decides to throw with Ethan Major. He catches it. The ball is kind of underthrown, but he still catches it because they catch Laurel, and then he cuts across the grain a little bit, and it looks like he was off to the races, but Laurel does a great job of hustling and taking angles to tackle. So we'll see if Belgrade can convert here. They've done a good job on their drive. They're inside the 20 now. They've entered the BHS Taco Time red zone.
Ooh, all right. Here's Cheney, rolls out to his left. He throws, and it's going to be picked off, and the man is going to be down right there at the 2-yard line.
So his knee, that's huge.
Yep.
That's a huge play, but that's tough. That was probably the right read, but he did not see.
Interception by Chris Sample, turns the ball
He did not see the DB undercut that there. He just saw the one-on-one at the top. So as you can see, we got the
our viewers don't see the replay that we're watching.
One high safety here, and see the corner switches. So he saw the safety over the top, but the corner bailed far enough off the hitch. So they had a hitch underneath. So they had smash concept, what we call smash concept, with a hitch and a fade without the slot. And he saw the safety moving over on that fade with the receiver that had position on the safety, but the corner did a good job bailing there, so he should have hit his hitch on that because the corner bailed. So at the smash, he should have hit his hitch.
1st down's a quarterback keeper for Hull, and he burst forward for a gain of about 7 yards.
Berman could have scored on that runaway. That would have been huge. Would have been absolutely huge.
So instead, it is 2nd down and 3. Locomotives backed up in their own end. It's going to be a quick pass here. Met, though, right as he catches it and taken down.
Yeah, much better off those bubble screen, quick screen throws to the wide receiver. Belgrade came up there that time and mixed the play quickly. And you got to be very aggressive on that. You got to do your job, and you got to be physical right at the line of scrimmage, and they were that time, and they were able to push them back to no gain off that.
This here is a crucial play in this game as it's 3rd and 3 from the 9-yard line. Belgrade defense here needing a stop to get the ball back, down by 2 scores. As Locomotives come to the line. Hull under center with a long count, tries to draw Belgrade off sides.
It's huge.
And I think he might have.
So Laurel's actually done a good job of all the intricate parts of the games, such as you're in a 3rd and short on backed up. Let's go to a long count. We haven't done a long count all the time. Challenge Belgrade. Belgrade just was, they're just trying to chomp at the bit to get a 3 and out, to get another possession, and so might not be thinking about that. And Laurel catches them on that for a 1st down. They've done a good job of calling off their run game and off their trick pass plays and things like that. So they've done a good job of small details. You got to hand it to Laurel throughout this game.
So 1st and 10, Hull gives up the middle to Younger, who's going to be taken down after a gain of 3 or 4. Call it a gain of 3.
Left alley.
Yeah, with this juncture in the game, 3 to go, 3.5 to go, I think we're going to see a lot of Younger here. Maybe some short passes, but we're going to see a lot of dose of Younger.
Clock now at 3:26. Belgrade does have 2 timeouts remaining, so we'll expect Coach Kinnaman to be planning how he's going to use those to stop this clock. Most importantly, though, is getting stops here is on 2nd and 8. Hull is under center. Takes the snap. Give is up the middle to Younger. No room for him there. He's taken down. And once again, we are in a 3rd down situation. It's just now we're under 3 minutes to go.
Ball's going to be spotted at the 17-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
I'd expect if the Locomotives keep the ball on the ground here and Belgrade's able to get the stop, that Coach Kinnaman would elect to take a timeout.
Yeah, here's the down that you want to do that. You got to get yourself in a 3rd down position. So if they get a stop here, you'll see the timeout coming, which leaves the offense with at least 1 timeout in the next possession. But it might stop with a delay of game here. We'll see how they get it off.
Yeah, he's going to roll out. He's going to pass. He's got a man open. It is complete. And then with blockers coming down the sideline here right in front of us is Younger, still on his feet, all the way down to the Panther 40-yard line, where it will be 1st down and 10 Locomotives, as you will hear soon on this PA announcer.
40-yard line, 1st down.
Yeah, so we got just a 2-back set there. You're going to do what we call basically under center. You got 2-back set as counter boot with Younger coming out of the backfield there. So it's just play action. So he boots off the counter and he sends Younger to the flat there. And it's tough to pick up because you're coming upfield for the run play off that counter boot look. And he's able to get to that flat. And Laurel does a nice job of getting one of their playmakers in open space. And he's been deadly for us tonight. He's ran the ball really well.
Yeah, total yardage. Younger has had a fantastic night for the Locomotives. As this time he gets the ball, met in the backfield, shakes it off. Now he's picking up about 5 or 6 yards, and we've seen that all night. That's really what it has been from that young man.
Will be spotted at the 35.
So it will be 2nd down and 5 with 1:40 to go. And Coach Kinnaman has elected to save his timeouts right now, as I think he's testing his defense. Hey, it's not worth taking the timeout if we don't get the stop. So got to wrap up here in the backfield, as we are now in a 2nd down and 6.
With about minute 20, if they get a stop here on 2nd down going into 3rd down, they might take a timeout there. Because then if they got 2 timeouts for them for 4th down, and they'll have to hustle if they get the ball back under a minute. But
Give is up the middle, and it's for a 1st down.
That's tough. That might have sealed the game there. He might call a timeout here maybe.
Result of the play will be 1st down, Locomotives!
And so we don't need to give you the call there, as you heard. Ball spotted at the 27-yard line, and the clock is rolling. We are just at 1 minute to go now in this game, and the Panthers are going to need to regroup, because next week it doesn't get any easier as the Billings Central Rams are coming into town. And I don't know the result of the game they've been playing in tonight, but we're assuming that they are going to be coming in undefeated, ranked as the #1 team in Class A. We're going to try to go ahead and get you a score update while we have a flag here on the field.
Dead ball foul. Coach, dead ball foul. Delay a game on the offense.
So delay a game on Laurel. As right now, Coach is trying to find some scores from around the state.
Yeah, Hamilton beating Stevensville 48-14. Dillon. Let's see. Dillon beat Butte Central Maroons 28-20. Trying to find that BC game here.
This will be the final snap of the game as Laurel's going to just take a knee here. They controlled it all night.
Lewistown beat Sydney 12-0. And I believe Billings Central had Livingston, which they did, and Billings Central Rams beat Livingston 52-0.
All right, so that'll do it for tonight. Want to thank Zane Height, our scoreboard operator. Did a great job, man. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Good job. And Panthers dropped their first game of the season here, so take one on the chin, regroup, come back for homecoming week to take on one of the top teams in the state next week.
Yeah, they were ranked second to Hamilton in Class A, but I believe right now the Billings Central Rams are the #1 team in the state, and through all of their games they have shown that I think they're a top-tier team that's probably ahead of a lot of Class A schools. And they've actually been dominating. I think that's a good word if you go back and look at what Billings Central has done this game. And they've dominated, and they've done an outstanding job. So like you said, it doesn't get easier next week, and we'll see. Belgrade did fight back. They got within a couple scores tonight, Nate, but I think there was just some momentum swings through the game, and that's really what it boiled down to. I think we ended up seeing some good things still by the defense and the offense at times throughout the game, and they battled back to give themselves an opportunity, but I just think Laurel had the momentum and the confidence tonight, the way the game started, and Laurel played and fed off that emotion throughout the game, and Belgrade gave it a valiant effort, but we just couldn't quite capitalize and come back in that second half, and they got to regroup emotionally and get prepared for a tough game next week for our homecoming against the Billings Central Rams.
Yeah, but first on Panther Live, we have action coming at you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. We've got a soccer doubleheader as the Billings Central soccer team comes to visit Belgrade. I believe we got boys at 10. Girls at noon. Those are a couple big soccer games.
Yeah, that's another big game for the boys. They had a 2-2 tie with Livingston yesterday, was it?
Yep.
And so that's another big conference game for the boys. So absolutely another tough team coming to town for them. And we'll see what the Belgrade soccer team can do.
So tune in tomorrow morning, again, 10 o'clock. We'll have the boys first at 10, girls at noon. And then for the Belgrade football fans, we'll be back on the air next Friday night from Belgrade High School with our new system, debuting that one, replays and all those things. So we'll look forward to having you there. But Panthers take a tough one here tonight. We'll travel home safe and get rested up and make some corrections to get back at it. But thanks for joining us on the broadcast tonight.
Yeah, thanks to our viewers and, again, to all of our sponsors. And we appreciate our community and all of our people who are involved with Panther Live.
All right, so for myself, Nate Parsegian, and my co-commentator, Andy Demjanovich, Dusty Maddox, our cameraman, and we had Zane Height on the scoreboard tonight. We will see you guys next time.